really not going. I'm not going to use the sound today.
Okay. All right. If we're ready to go, I'll give you a countdown, and it's all you.
All right.
No sounds. What's up?
3, 2, 1.
Yo, 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 yo. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah.
Check.
Unpopular opinions. Episode 58.
58.
Episode 58.
It's about to be senior citizens.
Yeah, man, we getting up there.
Old niggas.
I like the variety. I can go on like Spotify and check us out. Go on like random podcasts or like random episodes we've had.
Yeah.
See the
My grandfather used to say there's only one alternative to getting old.
what?
I'm gonna let you marinate on that. If by the end of the episode you figure it out. But people used to complain, oh damn, I can't believe he's like, yo, it's one alternative to it. So you could pick one.
That's true.
I'm with him on that.
It's good.
That's true.
58 is good. Let's keep getting them numbers up.
58, man. The wisdom. Raine, what up?
What up?
You had like your little mini rant a little bit before we started.
Oh, yeah.
First off, how are you?
I'm groovy.
You know, welcome back.
Thanks.
You know,
How was the show last week?
the show was cool. It was
Somebody said it was like you left it was like the parents left the kids at home and then the kids just running around just doing what it's like.
That was off the hook last
have
week?
no adult supervision. I told you just fucking went like one.
Q wasn't here last week?
yeah, she was.
Oh,
but you know,
she wanted to get in here. Real late. We had already burnt the house down. By
yeah, the house
got
was already
back.
burnt. You know.
It was she was already done.
Oh man. I had I had a student approach me, right, from the show about the show or whatever.
About last week's
It
show.
didn't hit me until after school. He was like, "Hey, Lizzo, bring that ass here, boy." I'm like, "Oh, this guy."
Ass here.
I'm like, so
It was funny.
we're not
though.
gonna talk about that. Yeah, so we talked about Lizzo, you know, and what are your thoughts on that? On her showing the cheeks?
I think that that was just too much for a basketball game. She's always half naked, but I just think that she didn't take any accountability as to that's what the real issue was. Yeah. Like, do you wear that every day? Like you have your ass out every day? Like you walk the streets like that every day? I don't think so. And so, I mean, she performs that way, and people were like, "Oh, if Rihanna would have did it." I've never seen Rihanna with her butt out at a basketball game.
Somebody mentioned
or Beyonce.
Somebody mentioned Prince, and then I told them to
Prince
check
never
out.
had his butt cheeks out at a basketball game.
But they mentioned like his performance, and I said check out our episode 57 for confirmation.
Yeah, that's
But I mean, yeah, on
stage.
performance.
That's a costume. That's
So
something
did
agree.
Rihanna, Beyonce. A lot of women have their cheeks out on stage.
But then it comes to a point of like, is because she's heavy set.
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm naming all women who are not heavy set.
Yeah, but-
they don't walk the streets like that.
But that's the thing. Like, I remember one of my homegirls, she put up a post about it, and she was like, "This is what I'm saying. Like, you know, not it's because of her body is unacceptable. You got people like Prince and Beyonce and things
If
like
Rihanna
that.
would
So
have
that's
done
what
the
I'm
same
saying.
thing and was twerking with the same outfit on, it would have been. I don't think it would have been a different reaction. It would have been like, is Rihanna butt, like, is she on drugs? Like, what is she doing? Why is her butt out at a game? I think that's just the whole thing. It was the time and place. Performance is different.
Yeah, she would have did
A lot of, and I question a lot of that. Like, that's a new, not what she had on.
Yeah.
She took another level because she had like, her butt was literally cut out of a dress, right? But a lot of this new wave of wearing like the thin leggings with your thong showing,
so
like that whole look. I think
so. She had leggings on because we was like disputing that last week. So she had just a clear leggings, like her. It wasn't clear. It wasn't flesh out, right? Like
I think it was flesh.
See, I didn't. That's
Nah,
what I
that-
was thinking, and he was like, "Nah." Then she have on see-through.
Yeah, I
leggings.
thought it was like
oh,
nude
okay.
stockings or something. But if
Nah,
it
it
wasn't
wasn't
that shit
nude
even
stockings. It could have been like just the see-through ones that
I mean, it could have been, but like I was
It's
about
still
to
ass
say,
out,
I'm saying even when girls have been like that new stripper look that they're passing off to even like go to clubs in, I think it's too much. You know what I mean? Like even down to some of like, I don't know. I don't necessarily even approve of that performing wise, but I'm saying people performing that. Beyonce has performed in the nude bodysuits.
Those are costumes, though.
Right,
Those aren't
but I'm just
outfits,
saying-
like
I'm
a
just saying-
costume and an outfit. is
Right.
different.
I'm just saying that even for me, I'm saying that even that is too much. Doesn't matter the body.
Yeah.
I don't think this was. They're trying to make it a fat shaming thing, and it wasn't. It was
Yeah.
a class thing, and the fact that she
Absolutely.
didn't even own up to that the next day. I place a lot on accountability. Like you're trying to make it because you know why? Because it became fat shaming because real talk, a lot of the men were just cracking jokes
But you-
on her body.
But when you got your ass out, you gotta accept the heat.
Yeah,
It's like you can't
it
go
is
with your
part
ass
of
out
it,
and
but
then
I'm
be mad
saying
when
that's
people come
probably
at
what
you.
she's responding to too,
Yeah.
where she's not owning it because she's used to being fat shamed or whatever. You know what I mean? But I feel like
But
it had nothing to do with that.
There's a point of being decent. It's like decency.
It was
Like,
indecent.
it's definitely indecent.
You
Like,
think it
it's
was
beyond.
genuine, or you feel like that was like a setup, like the label, like yo, you gotta go do some wild shit, or you think
When
she
she
came with
when
that?
she
Nothing
graced the
surprises
cover
me
of Time
anymore.
magazine the very next day, I thought that was like a little. It made it seem a little suspect.
Nah, true.
So you got
I
all
feel
this
you.
attention where literally the entire world was talking about you. You trended worldwide,
Yeah.
and then the next day you're on the cover of Time, which kind of like overlooks it because that's Time. They've had like people like they've had Martin Luther King on the front of
Yeah,
Time.
nah, that's
So,
big time.
That was kind of also a reach. Why is she on Time? Like she had a great
And it's
year,
end of the
but
year, though. I mean, I feel I think it was warranted. I didn't have no problem with her being entertainer of the year. Like I think she really racked up. Like she
Okay.
was she to her
it just
to me,
seemed like the timing. No pun intended.
I
was
feel you. I mean,
kinda-
her being new, I'm always for giving it to the new person rather than like who you gonna give it to, fucking Beyonce or something. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who done like we done seen her a million times. Like
She's
I
had a
was
great
for
year.
Lizzo,
So I'm not
absolutely.
disputing it. It
She
just
killed
seemed
it.
like kinda
Entertainer of the
crazy.
year? I can dig it.
And I think she's set.
I don't know
established
who
a
else is out there
precedent.
though.
Yeah, I can't think of nobody off the top to even.
Regina
like,
King? No.
would that be entertainer?
Entertainer of the
I
year.
mean, it's still entertainer. It's still
Nah, I
entertainment.
don't think
She's an
actor-
actress.
Yeah, I don't think. I think you would have to cross over into some other things as an actor to be entertainer.
are you
Yeah,
not-
You have to be.
In some form of entertainment if you're acting or acting.
I don't
I
think
agree
they
with you,
deem
but I don't
acting as
think that-
it's
yeah.
a form of entertainment,
I don't
but
think
I don't
they're
think
eligible
that
for that award.
actors and actresses are deemed entertainers.
I agree with you. They
You're
are
not-
entertainers, but in this sense, for that award, I don't think they're eligible. Like, I don't think they're thinking.
A
of
play
that.
is entertaining, but they're not being hired to come and
That
do
doesn't make
a
any
soliloquy. Like I'm not gonna pay Regina King to come and be on stage for an hour and
But see,
read
I-
a piece.
But that's
I can
still a
see an actor
form.
being entertainer.
she
of
doesn't
the
get
year
paid for that though.
if they were on Broadway or something, because that's different. You know what I'm saying? You are
That's what I'm saying,
singing,
it's a form.
dancing, acting. Like that's a different level. But like Regina King, I don't think she's eligible for that because like you just screen act.
She would be
You
actress
know
of
what I'm
the
saying?
year,
You're not.
but not entertainer of the year.
Yeah. Like Hugh Jackman maybe because he did the movie and then he's going to Broadway and singing.
But I think
and
she
doing
did.
all of that. I think.
Well,
I don't. I
doesn't
can't
make any
really know
sense.
Regina
I
King
think
doing the entertainer.
what she's done this year should be deemed as should be recognized as such. She definitely entertained
I
us.
just wanted to mention her. That's it. It's all right.
But it was
for
not
kids
just
like her.
entertainment. She's
just
she's
doesn't
gotten
make any
accolades
sense.
from a production level. Like she's been producing. It's not just she had a great year, but I wouldn't say that's not under entertainer of the year.
Yeah.
Like
Nah,
she doesn't get paid for that. Like
Yeah, you do.
no, you don't.
you do you.
She gets paid to be in movies.
But isn't movies a form of entertainment?
Absolutely.
It's a form of entertainment, but it's not comparable. Like I can literally hire Lizzie to come and entertain me. What if I hire Regina King? You can't hire her to come and entertain you.
Come and
What is
act.
she gonna do?
But the whole point is
No,
it's
just
a
answer that
form-
question. What is she gonna do?
She
We the
can
monologue.
exactly. She
So
can do.
that's-
She can
That's
do
what I
boondocks.
said.
She can do boondocks. That's a form of entertainment.
That's a
You're
reach
right.
because she doesn't do that.
Technically,
She
she's
can.
an entertainer,
But
but
You
none
can
of them do
hire
that.
her.
But no, she
bro.
cannot.
I would hire her to
None
do
of
it.
them do that.
But it's still.
She's not hired for personal entertainment. She's not.
Yeah.
No actor or actress really is, unless they're offering that as a service.
I'm going to do the due diligence.
Yeah,
and
please do,
research.
because
That doesn't make
Entertainer
any
of the Year
sense.
requires some type of stage performance. You either got to
Yeah.
do music or, like I said, Broadway, singing, dancing, not just screen, to be Entertainer of the Year.
Last time that I checked. That's all I got.
Pull up the Entertainers of the Year. And
Well,
see
as
how
soon as
many
this slow ass
just
Dell
screen
computer
actors.
loads. Moving forward, speaking of entertainment and entertaining,
Mm-hmm.
so far I'm 7 songs in. Purple Haze 2. It's pretty
It's
dope.
a vibe.
It's pretty dope.
It's kind of
like it.
slow, but when I was listening to it, it's a vibe. Being like, I feel like it's for the whip. It's something that you blast in the whip, like you vibe out. It's something that you blast
On the
Saturday
train?
morning while you're. I did it on the train on the way here. I listened to the whole thing.
I enjoyed it. I like it.
I like it.
I
What you
think
think? You're not feeling it?
I ain't even listen to it yet.
Oh.
you didn't even know it came out.
I did, because I seen like him doing the promo thing.
The last
Or
song is
whatever.
the best song.
I really like every song so far. Like I would listen to it again. It has a second listen feel.
I think it's just a vibe because I'm comparing it to. I didn't really. I could not get into Griselda's What Was Sheen. Doing.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it's the same tempo. But Cam, even though it's slow, it's still more soulful.
It's not as slow.
It's the whole first 5-6 songs is slow. He's rhyming slow. The samples are slow, but it's still more soul. Like so, the samples are soulful. Like he's sampling, doom, 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 doom. You know, he's sampling that
Yeah.
at one point. Like it's a vibe where I feel like Griselda's shit. It's a vibe too, but it's such a dark vibe. Like Cam is still happy.
Cam,
Like he's still
being
like,
Cam.
you know, he's still the
Yeah.
same content, getting money, fucking bitches. That's the whole thing. It doesn't change. And some realness about, to me, the song with Max B is probably the best song in here too.
Yeah, I didn't get to that part yet. I like so far my
Is
favorite joint
Jail
is the
Max
with Wale.
bars like versus Max recorded from jail, or it's old Max?
No, the hook
shit?
is
Nah,
he's
yeah.
singing. He's
Oh, it's old Max shit before he
matter
got
of fact,
locked.
that's the sample too of Rising to the Top. No, not Rising to the Top. His you didn't hear the Max B song because that came out first.
I ain't hear the Cam and Max, nah. I fuck with Max too. Free Bigger Val.
Didn't he come out with an album?
Bigger Val.
I think he did. He actually did. Yeah, he did. He dropped like an EP.
Yeah, heard about
Um,
it,
I'm looking for.
really. I'm
Brooks.
blowing you up.
Garth Brooks.
This nigga over here.
This
I
is
am
my
Googling
song. Oh,
it.
he got 2 songs.
Yes, I am.
Why?
Because I needs to know.
He got 2 songs with Max
Right
B.
now. It's like, yo, you know what?
I needs to know.
This is My City and Keep Rising.
Okay, yeah, nah, I ain't hit him. Fuck with Bigger Val though.
Nah, but
See, it's like
I like it.
put some on it.
I could just put it
Oh.
on. You know what I'm saying? I could just put it on.
It's a good vibe.
I gotta check it out. I'm expecting.
I like
typical
every
Cam,
song
though.
so far, but I think this is it's different. It's not like the Cam that I've heard in the past.
How
like the,
so?
Like the
Explain. It's
Tootie
different,
Fruity
huh?
Cootie Booty.
None of that.
Like that is none of those type of cadences. It's dope
That's
shit.
a dub. It's
It's
totally
dope
that
shit.
same cadence.
No,
That's
it's not.
What the fuck I'm
No,
like,
it's
son,
not.
bro.
Yes, it
What?
is.
No, it's not.
Nah, no
You want to play the first
bro.
song?
No way,
You want to
bro.
bet?
Yeah,
You listen,
I-
you
Wait,
listen
I
to
think I
it?
used the wrong
I
word.
haven't heard it, and there's no way. It's
So
not,
no,
bro.
cadence. No, I'm using the wrong word.
I feel like if it's not that, that shit takes
Yeah.
over the internet. You know
Yeah.
that before you even hear the project. If
That's
there's
what I'm
none of
trying
that
to
for
say,
Cam,
it's
niggas
so
would have been like, son, no, Cam ain't rhyme none of that. He just rhyme like shit is hard.
Yeah. I
That's
take
what I'm
that
trying
back.
to say. Why I'm saying it's
But he's
slow.
rhyming. He's rhyming though. He's not like rhyming like the typical nursery shit.
I'm sorry, I believe Raine.
No.
I'm sorry,
No, the
bro.
cadence is no. Because I'm thinking of
Typical
the
But to me,
cadence.
it's the same
Yeah,
thing. That's
but
just
it's not
the
that.
nursery
though.
shit wasn't so ass. It was just
Nah, that was-
lazy. And I'm saying that it's the same flow.
Mm-hmm.
He's just rapping. He's not specifically saying fruity, crudy, woody, but he's
Yeah.
saying the same shit.
Yeah, bro.
It's more SDE. That's what I got.
It's hard. It's more STE because it does have more. He's rapping.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's
but
rapping.
it's still lazy.
Nah.
Yeah, because Cam, y'all know, Cam had the joint with DMX.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that we've heard ever since. He's not rhymed like that.
Yes, he has.
On what? What? Give me a song.
Come home with me. Just fire.
Well, no, Come Home With Me had some. It was
Like-
Lazy Flow. Come Home With Me was Lazy Flow.
Nah.
Yes,
I
it's
disagree.
hard.
It was.
Yes, it was.
I can't say nah. Just Fire. It wasn't Lazy Flow. That he went hard that verse.
Just Fire.
Just Fire. Yeah, it was him. Beans. It was yeah. It'll come to me. His bars will come to me, and then I'll just spit it.
Bro, that was Come Home With Me was like.
That was a dope
That's
album.
the beginning
That's
of
the
it.
beginning of it, bro.
Yeah.
That's the
But
first
it-
album of it.
That's
Nah.
started
Yes,
it.
I-
literally, yes. That was the first rock.
We love
After
that
that
album.
album. After that album, I think. Not
No,
that album.
that was
Yes,
that was the
Nah.
beginning of it.
son.
well,
yes.
that was the end.
It was just the
'Cause the
the
next album
content
was-
was just harder.
Computers Putin was the next album.
Yeah, and that's when he lost me.
And but that wasn't when he started it. He had
Nah.
been on it by the time Computers Putin came out.
Nah.
Yeah, bro. What?
Come Home With Me, really? Nah.
Bro, did you?
I did.
No,
I did listen to the
No,
album.
you didn't.
Yes,
bro.
I did.
There's no way.
Come Home With Me and the next album don't compare. They
what's
don't.
next album?
After Come Home With Me, exactly. I didn't
Haze.
listen
Purple
to it.
Haze.
That's
Nah,
Computers
niggas
love Purple
Putin.
Haze
What
too.
you talking
I
about?
didn't.
They love Purple
I
Haze.
didn't. I didn't.
Bro,
I
there's
didn't.
no way. I haven't
Yeah.
listened to
He
it.
got
but-
lazy. That's all it was.
Definitely.
That's
That's why
why
I didn't listen
When
to
I
it.
talk about Cam, I'm like, when people try to like reduce Cam, I'm like, it's just laziness. But at the time that he was lazy, he had Jewels popping.
Yeah, he just put them diplomatic community albums out. That was Jewel's solo. That's where the money was at. Having an artist that was young and that was gonna rip it up. Cause
And they was killing it.
I get into this debate all the time. Els was about to be the top nigga, man. Dead ass. He was right there when right around when Wayne bubbled up and became that nigga. Half off of stealing Jewel's swag. Cause Wayne took a lot of L's swag and packaged it up. And after he got up with Dipset and was doing all of those I Can't Feel My Face and all that shit, that's when his shit really popped. Took a lot of that up top East Coast swag from L's, and the shit fell apart. But he was about to be the top nigga, dead ass.
No, I'm not. I would never debate that.
L's was right there, bro.
He was never my favorite though. My favorite was always Jim.
Nah,
always liked Jim.
L's was my favorite. I don't know. I always related.
He was
to the
cool.
little brother character anyway, so that was always.
I remember them in college because we were all because I had those albums of Diplomatic Community. They was just fire everywhere we went. That's where everybody was bumping that from Syracuse, freaking Herkimer, Utica. Everybody was fucking with Dipset. But yeah, but I like the album so far. So good. I've been listening to a lot of Anderson .Paak. Shout out to him. He actually got a Grammy nod.
Yeah, shit.
Shout out to him. He got a Grammy nod. He's nominated for R&B song or composition, something like that, with Andre 3000. Speaking of him, he's come out with a track.
Dax.
He's come out with an album. So
No, he's not.
it was rumored.
No, he's not.
It was
Who?
Andre 3000. It'd be dope if he did,
He's
but
not, bro.
supposedly it's supposed to be.
The article I saw was the reason why he hasn't put out music.
Yeah, it's
15 years you've been here. He's
yeah.
not coming out.
Well, this is the
with
first
bro.
time, and I seen it. I guess there was a picture with him and Dr. Dre.
Yeah,
apparently.
but that don't mean he's always been recording. He's never stopped making songs, but the album process for him is different than, he's not about to come out with one of these 15 single albums, you know what I'm saying, just with 20 songs.
He'll do
try
like
to
a
get all
10
them on the charts and
song
all that.
album.
But even not to focus really on the number, but to focus on the fact of it has to be a cohesive album. It has to be, him feeling like he's making a finished product. He's not these artists now that, I reference Lil Scratch and Sniff on the show, like, that bullshit. He's not doing that.
Yeah.
Just make 15 songs or whatever and put them out. This the album. So
Yeah.
Dre is not gonna do that unless he gets that feeling, he gets that mojo back. Ain't no music coming out. We might get singles here and there, features, but we not getting no 3 album.
I hear you. It'd be dope if he did.
Super dope. It's my favorite rapper, but it's not happening.
How many
I
favorite
mean-
rappers you got?
Who's my favorite? Who I ever said was my favorite rapper other than that?
I never heard you say 3 Stacks was your favorite rapper.
Who I said was my favorite rapper?
Heard you mention Jay.
No, I've never said Jay was my favorite
Nas.
rapper.
You said
Multiple
Nas.
times.
You
I
said
never-
Nas.
No, I said
Yes, you did.
no.
Yes, you
Again,
did.
no,
On the episode, you said Nas one of my favorite rappers.
One of.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and I
So
never
What are
heard-
you talking about?
And
I said I like Nas more than Hove multiple times. It's just all the time you be on here trying to front on Hove. Like,
nah, I never front on Hov.
bro, I
Hov
like
is-
Nas more than
Hov
Hove.
is the
but
man.
The
He's
comparison
just not
is
better
no
than me.
comparison, bro. Like, it's like
But you
high
like,
school and college.
yeah, but which one you like better?
Nas. But I'm real enough to admit that Hov is way better, bro. It's like it's not even close.
But
Nobody's comparable.
you're entitled to that opinion. You know, you're entitled to that unpopular opinion.
Son, yeah, you're right. But I don't think it's
Yo,
close.
the tone shifts when people talk about Jay-Z and Jay-Z and Nas. It just shifts. Friends become enemies on that shit.
You
Nah,
telling me
fam. Nah.
You
Nah.
telling me I said this. I said Nas is my
But you
favorite.
did.
I never said
You
Nas was my
did.
favorite rapper. When did I say Nas was my favorite rapper? Ever. You said Nas.
You say he's one of your favorites. I never said that. I
absolutely
said you one
that.
of your favorites.
I said, all right.
But I think
so
the
then
reason
what's
why we
problem?
got here,
One
Reef, because I've never heard you speak of Three Stacks
You
in
don't-
that
you don't
regard.
listen.
So this is new.
You don't listen. I said that multiple times
On this show?
Yes,
Really?
absolutely.
So
Multiple
that's what I'm
times.
saying. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, it's cool.
All right, I'll bring it back for y'all, and if I play it, then
Please do. Please do.
You got 50 push-ups.
Dude, I can do 50 push-ups.
All right,
Make it 60.
All right, bet y'all heard it. 60 on the show.
Make it 60.
What happens now?
So you even start.
Because you said that Three Stacks is, you mentioned Three Stacks on the show. I don't think you have.
So when I pull up the episode, you
Please
got
do.
60. All right. this episode. What's
I'm
up?
just saying, Three Stacks, we need an album. Also, Jay Electronica. I like Jay Electronica. He hasn't come out with an album. People forgot about him. What's on the docket? Did you guys check out SNL?
I didn't see
No? You guys missed out. I missed out too. I had to catch up on YouTube. There was some that he talked about Mr. Robinson. He's like the playoff of Mr. Rogers.
I remember this kid.
He was he did that. He like gave a whole spin on like gentrification. That was funny.
Yeah, they say he's gonna bring back the classic skits. I mean,
Yeah,
I want to see Mr. Robinson. I want to see Gumby. I
Gumby
wanted
he
to
did.
See, he do the hot tub.
Nah.
He should have.
Velvet Jones,
No, I'm talking about James Brown.
James Brown. Nah.
He should have did that.
There was another skit he did. It was like the Home for the Holidays. That was a funny skit, like one of those shorts. It was good.
He did Gumby.
Yeah, he did it for Weekend Update.
Okay, he
So
did
that was
Buckwheat?
funny. Yeah.
Oh,
But it was cool how they did it though. The spin off it was the Masked Singer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Nah. I gotta watch that.
Yo,
bro.
T Buckets, what up?
I gotta watch
What
that.
up?
What's
going
up?
on?
What's up?
Yeah, he did the Masked Singer,
Niggas
yo.
did Bad Singer Buckwheat.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I gotta watch that shit. Bro.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, yo.
I ain't even watching. I know that shit is funny.
It was
as hell.
mad funny. Then he did like different covers for like mad songs and shit.
Bro,
He did
Buckwheat used to have
Beyonce.
me weak, bro.
'Cause, you know.
Even that, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
I'm alright.
Hello, how you doing?
T Buckets, the crew.
Hey, hey, hey.
What's up? Welcome.
What's up?
Welcome.
Welcome.
So I
Guys.
already gave it away. I'm like, yo, Raine is like, you know, her opinions are everything.
Oh my gosh.
She's never
I
wrong.
Side with her all
Yeah.
the time.
That's what's up.
Pisses me
Yeah.
off.
I'm like, how can you do that? Like, no, she's always right. She
See?
is always right.
See?
Her
Uh-oh, don't
arguments
gas
are
me,
valid.
cuz.
See, too late,
Arguments
too late.
are valid.
Come back down. Come back down here. Some bullshit. But yeah, what up though? We was just talking about SNL. Did you see it? Did you check it out?
I'm gonna be honest, I did not check it out.
What the
I
fuck
just
is up
read,
with y'all, man?
I just read the articles on it.
dog.
So yeah.
I
I
mean, I
just-
slept.
I
I
saw a
woke up
few
like
clips.
around half of it, but it was.
Yeah.
I caught up on
I'm
YouTube.
definitely gonna watch it. It's just,
Please.
you gotta dedicate the right amount of time. Like I fuck with Eddie Murphy on.
That's why I'm
SNL.
appalled
I gotta
that you
see.
did not check it.
It has to be real. Like I gotta, I want to watch it on YouTube. I want to watch the whole thing.
Like
straight
you will,
through
and you
the
would,
way it was supposed to
you
be.
specifically would enjoy the monologue. He brought out Tracy Morgan, Dave
Yeah.
Chappelle, Chris Rock.
Yeah.
He brought them all out, man. You would enjoy it.
I want to see it in chronological order, the way the show was supposed to be aired, the way his artistic vision. Like I don't. Like
You
to
have
see
Hulu?
shit outta- yeah, I do.
So it's on Hulu.
Okay, but
Yeah.
yeah, I got home.
It's
late
really
last
dope.
night, so
It's
I
really good.
I'm gonna definitely
Yeah.
watch it tonight.
It was really good. Like I'm really excited. Now I'm not going to front. I was critical before. I'm excited about Coming to America. The second. I'm
still
Part two.
not
I'm a little excited about it now.
as many jokes as we talked.
Yeah,
about
we
on the
did.
show, but like
Like
I
damn,
don't-
30 episodes ago.
I hate part twos and reboots.
I
And
Well,
don't
since
know.
he's a
this,
part of
that,
it, it
and,
might
like,
not be.
Yeah, and he's bringing back Arsenio Hall and Wesley Snipes is on board.
I think most of the people are coming. Most of the people that are alive are coming back. Like I
Yeah.
haven't heard people deny it, but I want to see new ideas, man. I be sick of shit, and then it kind of winds up sometimes making the original not as good because the second exists. You feel me? Like, come on with new ideas, man. Him
I
coming
feel
up
you.
with that crazy idea in the 80s is what gave us this classic. Find that new idea in 2019 and somebody around with some crazy idea that, you know, make that. Like, I don't be wanting to
It
see.
should be more like an inspired by as opposed to like a sequel.
Yeah.
Like
Definitely.
say, like it might be kind of dope if it was just inspired by the original, but not necessarily. So we're not looking for the same or some, like
Part
like,
two,
or,
like, come
or even trying to like compare it because it's probably not going to be as
It
good.
can't.
I
They
don't-
said
They
like the
can't.
plot is like he had like a baby out of wedlock, I guess, and they live in Queens, something like that. I hope that's not it. But if it is,
Well, that's
I'm
different though. I'm not
confident.
mad at that.
I'm not mad at that either.
because
but
we don't know what happens. They just live happily
yeah,
ever after.
and I
know,
thought,
like-
Who's the
maybe.
mother, have they said?
That's the thing. Remember we discussed this. It was one of the
Yeah,
twins.
It gotta be my name. It's
And I'm the best on the Dean J's one.
It gotta be her.
Yeah,
It gotta be her, bro. They have to do that.
That'd be
Like,
dope.
It has to be her.
Or the other, I was Joan of Arc in my former life.
I was thinking her too, but nah, it gotta be one of the twins, bro. So much twin comedy, like they could.
I'm into the
they could
group
play on
thing.
Yeah, nah. Because we sat and watched the movie and went through all of it.
Yo.
Like, nah, it gotta be her, bro. It gotta be her.
Oh man, that movie. I love that movie so
Nah,
much.
fine. I don't want it to sully the name. Like, just let it go, man. Come on, some new shit.
So y'all wouldn't want to see another Friday, even with Pop passing.
That is a bit different.
Because they've
I
had
might
other
welcome-
ones.
Yeah, they've had other ones and they've been successful.
I
And it's
would
not
say, yeah.
30 years later. That's still kind of relatively, we're in line for that. That's like you bringing some
I just
old
think
ass
they're
idea
stretching
back.
it.
You think so?
Yeah.
But with everything they are, it's like dag.
That's
it's
true.
like no creative people anymore. Like just like keep doing
Like
like
the Scream miniseries and shit.
because even what's name's coming back, Brandy.
Yeah, she come out with Moesha.
Yeah.
Moesha's coming back.
Are we?
I'm
Are
like-
we? Do y'all really want to see that?
I mean, I'm not opposed to like some
Q
black
is here.
sitcoms.
Yes, McCray. Yes,
Black shows.
Black shows, McCray.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to black sitcoms, but do we need
What are you,
the same-
sexist?
Do we need the same ones though?
I'm good with Moesha.
Exactly. That's
I'm
what
good.
saying. Come
I'm
up with a
good.
new one with
But
a
a
new
new
black
one.
girl.
Like I don't want to see another Parkers. I heard they were talking about that again.
No.
I'm good. I don't
hate
want to see
part
Parkers.
twos, I hate reboots. I hate all of that shit. Give me something.
I didn't like it
new,
then.
man.
I'm not gonna like it now.
Nah.
That's just me. I don't know. But I'm here for the Friday though.
That's
Yeah, Friday's
still in
different.
Line of like,
I would see- I would wanna
last
see it.
Friday, which it kind of brings the.
That was my
the
least
whole
favorite.
shit to-
I was good without that. I didn't have to see that.
It was the last Friday.
I'm good. No, I didn't want to see. It wasn't my
Wait,
favorite.
there was,
was
a
a
last
last
Friday.
There was. That was it.
Yeah, last
You was-
Friday.
you
It
were-
was Friday after next. And
Yeah,
then
you
last
didn't.
Friday.
You weren't aware of.
Next
Which one is
Friday.
that?
Wait, it's Friday after next.
There was
and
Friday
what's
after
the
next,
other one?
and then the last
Last
Friday.
Friday.
Last
Yeah.
Friday after next.
Yeah.
What's last Friday? What happened?
That was the last
That was the
Friday.
last Friday.
What happened though? I'm saying like, what happened?
It's three of them, right?
Yeah,
Ain't they?
the Christmas. Yeah,
Hold
no,
up.
Friday,
Wait,
next
wait,
Friday,
wait.
Friday after
next
and then
Friday,
Next-
Friday after next.
There we
That
go.
was last
I'm
Friday.
following your ass. You
No,
said that was the last
motherfucker, I'm
Friday.
saying, that's what
I'm
the
thinking-
title of the next
Yeah,
one
there's
would
no-
be.
No,
and that
I'm
brings it to a
following
head.
you, thinking
ain't
like that was
following me,
it.
'cause
I
I'm saying
was.
that would be the title
I
of the
was.
next one, and that would bring it to a head. Like that would end the series. Last Friday.
there's no
It's
last
the last
Friday.
one. This-
Yeah.
yeah, I'm like, y'all seen the movie? I ain't seen. I'm like, shit. Nah.
No, not following you per se, but when you said last Friday, I'm like, no.
That
But you
would
were
be
saying
dope.
that
But what
was
would be
the
the
last
like?
Friday.
What would be the storyline if it was like?
The last one was the
The last-
Christmas one.
Yeah, because
right?
Pops, he passed, so
Right.
that would they would.
So
I'm
what would
assuming
you-
they would pick up off
Right.
of that.
So, but what would be your storyline, and what would you what would be in it?
Good question.
I think the number one question
what I
is
mean? Like-
Smokey
is
coming out of
Smokey a part
rehab. He
it?
has to
Yeah.
come. He has to be part
Okay.
of
Is
it.
Smokey a
All
part of
right.
it? I don't think
That's
he does
interesting.
though, because as much as I love Smokey, I love Day Day more. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah.
Smokey was dope, but Day Day was fucking just
You
funny.
love
to
Day
me,
more
bro.
than Smokey?
Smokey's
did, yo.
iconic.
He
I
definitely
don't know about
was.
that one.
And he's super
I think
dry
they're both
now, bro.
talented.
I think he would make it super whack. He's so dry. You put Chris Tucker in the movie now, that shit is gonna be so whack.
I
He's
think
so whack now,
I don't
bro.
think
What's
so.
his last movie?
Rush Hour. No. If it was a movie,
The stand-ups he's done,
The
the
stand-up.
hosting jobs, like award show, has been so like painfully, awkwardly dry, like terrible. I think he would be whack, bro.
I think if they do the angle of him like coming out of like rehab and then like going back to his ways, that'll be cool. That'll be funny.
But he said he don't even
Yeah,
want
he
to do
don't.
characters like that
Yeah.
no more, like with shit like that. So
Which I can respect, I guess. As a I can respect.
I don't think you're an actor, bro. Like, it's their
Guess
fucking
we're not gonna get a
job.
Friday.
Alas,
A
right.
last
I guess
Friday,
a
right?
last
Fuck it.
Friday.
They don't need Smokey. They done had 2 without him.
Nah,
That's true.
But
That's
you,
it.
but I don't know.
I think next Friday is the best one out the 3. And I've
Oh
had
yeah,
this debate multiple
definitely,
times.
definitely. The
Next Friday. what
Friday
day
after
they?
I'm good. The last one that they had, I didn't like.
The
that
Christmas
at all.
one wasn't bad with Money Mike. That shit was good with Money Mike and Damon and all that. That shit was a
But
good
it was,
fucking.
it
one.
was just my least favorite.
It was
of-
my least
it
favorite
was
out of the
my
3,
least.
but it's like 3 classics, and which one you got to pick the last one of? Because
Oh,
all 3 of them
classic.
are
We're saying.
classics.
Oh, I didn't see it as a classic. I didn't see that as a classic. I'm sorry.
I think the first 2 are. So
Oh,
that not
definitely.
being better than the first 2 is like that's
But
not
that-
that's
but-
not a diss to me.
Yeah, I'm just saying the first two definitely, but the last one I didn't even view that as a. I just like, why did they come out with this one?
I like the movie. I like the last one. I don't know.
Money Mike
Yeah, it
was
was
cool.
cool.
That was good. Outside of him, because he was the movie to me. He was the funniest part.
Ricky Smiley was funny in there as the thing.
He was a Santa. Yeah, I guess.
I thought it was funny.
I guess.
Earthquake. Oh, but now what's his name?
I don't
Uncle
think he-
Elroy.
I don't think he's funny in general though.
Uncle Elroy.
Ricky Smiley.
Me neither. That's why I was just like, who? I didn't really think it was funny. But I'm glad that you're here now, Raine.
Why?
What was your thoughts? What's your thoughts on this Eminem shit with Nick Cannon?
I didn't listen to the last one, and that's what I'm going to listen to. But overall, all right,
Yeah.
so I was going hard for. To me, it was obvious that Nick Cannon had a plan for the battle rappers. So people who were saying like, why did Charlie Clips and Hitman Holla even be a part of it?
That was
Like,
my question.
Why wouldn't they?
That was my question.
I
for you.
mean, and historically, whoever was the leader of any crew, the crew always jumped in and jumped the guy. Like, we all gonna, you get him or you get him first, and then I'll come. Like, I didn't see what the big deal was. I thought that it was a blatant plan. Like, okay, I have a show called Wild 'N Out, and maybe I'm thinking now, like, I made this up in my head,
Yeah.
but I could have sworn that Nick Cannon invited or called out Eminem early on. But everyone keeps saying that M did not just pop on him out the blue. Nick Cannon wanted him to come on the show.
Yeah.
That's also why they named the diss record The Invitation. Because I'm not sure what platform or where he said it, but he made a comment somewhere, and Eminem, in my mind, he responded on the Fat Joe record.
See,
That was the bite, him biting back. He bit the bullet.
I thought he released a verse, and then Nick was like, "Yo, instead of releasing verses, come through. We could battle live. I got the show, the platform for us to go back and forth. Come through. Why you dropping shit on record?" That's how I thought it happened.
I don't
I'm
know
not-
why.
I'm not sure
I thought
though,
that
but-
maybe on his podcast platform, somewhere he took a shot or asked Eminem to come on the show, and Eminem's response is the diss record. You know, the
yeah. Well, that shit.
Fat Joe record.
Yeah, the verse. Yeah.
And so then he responds with the invitation because it makes sense, right? I want you to come on the show. I'm going to respond with the Black Squad. These are guys that I think he signed them. They're signed to his imprint. And so I'm going to diss him and have my Wild 'N Out rappers diss him too. They rap better than me. Everyone keeps saying that too. Oh, Nick is so corny. I mean, he is, whatever, but he can't rap. So that's why, wouldn't it make sense that I have my squad who raps better than me diss this guy? Like,
Shit, that ain't never stopped Baby. They ain't never stopped Puffy. They ain't never stopped niggas can't
we
rap.
could go
niggas
through
rap.
a whole
Like,
list.
Dr.
So
Dre,
then
niggas
I
can't
just
rap.
didn't like how the battle rap culture was not supportive at all. They thought it was whack. It was just so trash. Like, okay, if you can say the first one was not all that, the second one was
Yeah.
even better, and they all were just dissing it. Like, oh, even on Math Show, like Mook was like, they're acting like, I don't like how they're acting like Eminem is some untouchable rap guy. Like, he's not untouchable.
When did the switch flip? Because 6 months ago, he was the corniest fucking thing.
They were
Everybody
back-
hated him.
this is
like,
how
and
fickle
then
the culture
I'm
is.
like, yo, I was asleep. Did something happen? When did the 180 happen? To where
It
Eminem came to
happened
go
when
again?
battle rappers got involved, and I feel like it was hate. I feel like the guys who were not in their position, it was like, oh, you gotta come hard in that. And I'm like, I just would like to know. I would like to actually see them all in the same position and see these stupid dope verses that they would have came up with. Like, that was so much better than Charlie's and Hitman's and Conceited. Because I thought that the verses were decent. Like,
Yeah, I don't think they were bad
They could have probably went a little bit harder, but I feel like also with the entire battle rap culture calling it trash, it gave mainstream free reign to say the same thing. So when 50 got involved, he always gets involved if anything has to do with M. I don't have a problem with that because I think that's how it's supposed to be. If I put you on and I change your life, I would want people to ride for me too. Like I can't just ride, for myself.
And they did the same for each other, like with the whole job.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
that's Big Brother. You see your little brother.
But
get
50
picked on at the
immediately
park,
called it trash. I don't even feel like this is my thing. I feel like he didn't really even have to listen to it because a million people was calling it trash.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's a troll. So it's just like, okay, they're calling it trash. That gives me free reign. I can just say it's trash. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just feel like I wish that the culture would have supported their own more because I feel like if they would have shown that support, their voice, obviously, it matters. But the actual video, which is the worst thing, had more dislikes than likes.
Yeah.
And honestly, when it was sent to me, I didn't know it had a visual. I just heard the audio. And I'm like, this is all right. The video actually made it kind of corny. Like, oh God, y'all acting these gum bars out. I don't know.
It was funny
because it was funny, right?
Whatchamacallit was I was listening to the Joe Budden podcast and they was critiquing it.
What did they say?
They was like how it was funny how Charlie Clips started off his verse with like compliment him like, you nice, you the GOAT. But then it was like, yo, that's not, come on. You kind of like going soft before you even go in on a.
Well, I mean, I think
it was just funny.
Obvious.
I know, but it was just funny. He was like trying to like lessen the blow if he was to ever like rebuttal.
This is what I don't like about Joe Budden.
I know, but it was just funny.
No, I get it. Yeah. This is what I don't like about him. For him to be a rapper first, like he doesn't. I feel like he's like, it's not biased, but he just says shit. And people run with it as fact. Like, that's not even real what he said. Because real talk. Like, maybe he's a higher level rapper than a Charlie Clips, I guess. You know what I mean? But so I can see him saying that because he's rapped with him. And he's also beefed with him, right? Yeah. But on the same token, it's like, dude, that's just something to say. Like, I'm going to start it off because that's the obvious. The culture is saying, why are we battling Eminem? He's so good. So I'm going to say, okay, you're good, but fuck that. What's wrong with that? Yeah. There's nothing really wrong with that. It's like I'm giving you.
It was. I mean.
Also, that's a technique in battle rap. I'm gonna build you up to tear you down.
That's
like
a technique in the streets.
That's
mob shit. That's jail shit. I'm gonna be your friend super right before I'm gonna kill you. Like, oh yeah, everything.
No, I get it.
Let your guard down, and then that's when I'm coming. Like, that's how I took it as immediately.
No, I get it, but it was just still.
And I didn't even listen. Right. I didn't even like. That didn't even stand out to me of all things that Charlie Clips said.
It didn't stand out to me either. I didn't. To me,
that's what I don't like about him.
It was just funny.
It's like,
tell me why you mad, right?
That's what I don't like about him. I'm just like, yo, like, dude, like, come on, like, that's the first thing that's the thing that stood out.
And they went in on it for like 5 minutes, and then they proceeded to call him, and he didn't pick up. So they called
Charlie Clips.
Yeah, then they called Sue, and Sue Surf was like, he was like, I wouldn't have done that. He was one of them too. Like it was kind of like.
That's the other thing I don't like. This is what I'm trying to say is also sucker shit to me. Y'all all. I'm not gonna say that everybody's hating, right? But dag, like y'all can't just support your own. It's the same problem I have with black people. It's like there's a thing that says I'm supporting everyone black, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, I mean, no, if he's a pedophile, I'm not gonna fucking support him. But damn, can I just support him because he's black? It's the same concept, is what I'm saying. Like I was trying to tell the culture because I got heat on Twitter, right, for defending, and I'm like, dag, why can't you just support your own? Like it's a big moment. Like they're in the game. Everyone's talking about it. Like they're in it. Like. Support them. It doesn't have to be the most fire diss that you ever heard, but you just can't show support. Yeah. That's hate to me.
Even if they, I mean, I hate, but I don't think it's necessarily hate if they're saying it's not a good idea. If it wasn't a good idea for them to do.
What makes it not a good idea?
I mean.
They acting like this guy has like some kind of power. So they're signed to a black man. If you're making it about that, right? They're signed to someone who empowered them, gave them money. You're acting like it's gonna be like they'll get blackballed.
Yeah.
Why
Some-
wouldn't
some-
I? I'm a rapper.
some may
Why would
view
I
it that
diss another
way.
rapper? What is this? Like, he's like,
Some-
I love him.
I love him too, but some may view it that way. I personally don't, but some may view it that way
That's
where they're
sucker
fucking up
shit
their
to
future
me.
bag to get in the industry.
What future bag? He doesn't control the industry.
Yo, Nick
He may
Cannon
not
is a
control
power
it, but
player in
Eminem is
entertainment,
like-
bro.
He
Nick
has
Cannon is a
status,
power
you know.
player in
I'm
entertainment.
just
They're
saying.
signed to a
bro.
powerhouse.
Fuck that. I'm good.
He's not
I'm
the most
riding,
respected
bro.
rapper, but he
Yeah,
has the
entertainment.
he has equivalent bread though.
I mean, entertainment. I
Say
get it.
95, bro. This 2019. Drake popped off a fucking this. What was that? What Degrassi was on? It was that generation of kids that really
And
got
Surf
him
is
over the hump,
lying.
man.
Fuck out of here.
Fuck
So if
that.
you're
I don't know.
signed,
You said-
so that's like saying if you're signed, if he was signed to Joe Budden, right? And Joe Budden, then why the fuck would I sign you? Get the fuck out of here. Like that's not how. Exactly the same way. Who said that? When Meek was locked up, who was on Rick Ross's shit? Who was Rick Ross beefing with? And I was like, that's sucker shit. Because if I put a bag in your hand, like you're supposed to be ride or die. Like it's not just supposed to be like I'm not. Because I also get. All right, I'm going all over the place. But I'll bring it back. Right. I also get Game's point of view. Right. Because when Game was signed to 50,
Oh, that was another
he was,
album.
he
I
was
like that
riding. But then I got his point. Like, damn, I gotta like diss everybody for
Every
10
person,
years.
yeah.
I gotta get like
That's
being,
draining.
Now that is different.
Yeah.
I'm saying on the surface though, the first beef, like how it goes in the movie, like
Which one?
the Boys in the Hood. They in the back like you ain't gonna rock. Like,
Oh.
nigga, you scared? Nigga, like what the hell? Like y'all acting like
And
I
Menace
think
to Society too.
Yeah, Menace to
You
Society.
shot your cousin?
Y'all
You
think
do shit.
He ain't gonna do
I
shit.
know that one, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I can
baby
do
boy.
something. That's what I'm saying. Like you ain't gonna do shit.
Oh, baby boy.
Like come on, like you're not riding. Like
Exactly.
it's supposed to be a crew, a
Yeah.
family. Like at the end of the day, I'm not saying you're supposed to like fight all my
They
battles.
did what they supposed to do. I feel you.
Right, so I'm not respecting any battle rapper saying that I wouldn't do it. Why wouldn't
Right,
you? You're signed
right.
to the label.
Anybody saying that's
Right.
pussy? You pussy.
Not only that, that's some sucker
That's like
shit.
going
man.
against Hove though.
Fuck.
Would you?
The fuck
You don't
is
think
not.
so?
The fuck. I don't. Well,
If
hold on. Let me
what you
say
mean going
two
against
things.
Hove? What you mean?
Going against M to me is not the same as going against Hov.
I mean, that's the
One,
way it's
I'ma
being
say.
played out. Yes, it
Two,
is. That's the
the
way it's being played
fuck
out now.
it is. The
If you're being
fuck it
considered, if you,
Hove
But
would not
it's-
even respect
They
no
said-
rapper
Fuck it
saying
ain't.
that. Let me tell you what. A
fuck
lot
it
of
I'm just
times,
saying-
Y'all
I'm
acting
saying-
like these guys are not real rappers. Like
I'm not
Hove
saying-
is not going to respect no rapper who
Coming at
has
him like
who's
that.
going to even say that
Yep.
I'm not going to go against you because it's Hove. The
Word.
fuck is wrong with you?
Word, bro.
That don't make no
Anybody can get
sense.
it.
Where are
Anybody
we
can get
from?
here's what I'm saying. You say M is not on that level. People are saying he's one of the GOATs, so he obviously is on that level. That's all I'm
It
saying.
ain't Hov. What I'm saying,
But
is
I'm
it's
just
not
saying.
the same thing, and it's not the same.
Explain,
thing.
how
Me-
is it not the same
me,
thing?
a rapper from Brooklyn. First of all, I don't think they're on the same level. I think this is the greatest of
And
all
that's
time.
more. He
ever.
has seemingly
And
more power
I'm a
industry
rapper,
wise.
yeah.
Of
Absolutely.
course,
Of
of
course.
course.
If I'm signed to
And
his,
I'm a rapper
if I'm
from
signed
Brooklyn.
to his enemy, I'm riding. That's
I
what
don't
I'm
think
trying to
Big
say.
Sean is coming at M. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like I'm from Brooklyn. I'm not coming at. You know what I'm saying? It has to be super. I don't know. Shit got to change for this little shit. I'm not coming at Hov.
I mean,
But
I'm not talking
that's
about the
different.
circumstance, but if it was
I'm
different,
from
like, you know what I'm saying?
Son,
Yeah.
he get off with your head, bro. I'm coming.
And
at
I
you.
respect
You're getting
it. I
everything.
respect
So you're
it.
telling me
I
if
respect
you
it.
were signed to Nick Cannon and the beef was with Jay,
See, that's the
you're not
thing.
gonna hop in?
It don't sound real. Like I don't, and I understand it's hypotheticals, but like,
Right.
You
Nick
wouldn't?
Cannon's not beefing with Hov, man.
No,
No,
but
we're
I'm
not
just
thinking about
saying
that. If
it
he
don't
wasn't
matter.
signed, doesn't
Not
that's
even Nick.
But his
Not even
goons
Nick.
are going
Say
for
it was
him,
Nas.
so-
Say you Nas.
You would Mass
signed
Appeal.
to Nas. You signed to Mass Appeal, and Nas is beefing with Hov, right? This is that, and he got the squad doing a diss record. You're not gonna hop on a diss record?
Is you riding, nigga?
Nah, I got to.
That's-
I ain't gonna lie.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying
That
to
was
say.
the point. That was the
That was
root of the
Recognized
question.
as a rapper, so you're gonna do what you need to do.
Yeah, that was
That's what I'm
to
trying to say.
solidify
That was
your
the root of the
position.
question.
When Meek Mill was locked up, no one, in my
But I
opinion,
think I don't
who
know.
was Ross beefing with?
Nick Cannon? I think he should fight his own battles. To be honest,
Yeah.
But
He's not really a good rapper though. He should.
he should though.
But I feel like he's a decent. He's decent on Wild 'N Out. But
He's
I'm
better than the Migos.
I mean, if he has time,
I
to do
mean,
this record.
he's better than
That's-
them three fools.
so you don't like the whole crew bombing on him? That's not.
I
feel
just
like
think
that's
that
traditional.
I mean, like if you look at it in both positions and like two point of views, like yeah, of course I'm gonna hop on that record and like diss him. I want to be recognized. I want to be solidified in the streets. I want street cred. But at the same time, it's like, you know, yo, you can fight your own battles. What did that say about you and your rapping skills? You know what I mean? Like, like how are you gonna confirm your position? You know, so it's like I think you should like. It's just like in the streets. Like I remember when I was younger, my brother was like, "Yo, you better fight your own battles. That's it. Like if you don't beat her up, I'm beating you up." So it's like, yo, it's like you have to like solidify your street cred. You have to make sure that you are in the position to fire back and like why are you sending your goons? You're scared.
You know
like,
what I mean?
You know what I mean? Like I just think that is just so.
Do you think he wrote it?
Of course not.
Nah,
Of
see,
course not.
the boss
Of
sound
course
like
not.
he wrote them.
I think he
that was
did.
one of the things.
I
that
don't
was,
know.
That was one of the things I was
They
giving
weren't
him kudos
exceptionally
for.
good.
They
That's what
weren't
I'm saying.
exceptionally
It sound like
good.
he
Of course
wrote
not.
it.
But I'm not refuting that maybe conceded or they were like, oh, you can write it. Like I'm sure he got counseling. I'm sure he got like
That's
a couple.
different though.
I don't know. I'm not saying
That's-
because it was.
That shit happens to a lot of people in the studio. The producer may say, "Yo,"
And I don't
you
think
know,
there's
make
nothing
this
wrong with
cadence
that.
Do nothing, but I was giving him more props for anything because it sounded to me like he wrote the bars. I'm good at being able to hear
I think he
people's,
did.
people's style
And
and,
it
other
wasn't.
people's
You know
verses.
why he
Either way,
wrote
I'm
it?
here
I'll tell
for
you why
all
he
of
wrote
it.
it.
Yeah.
Because the only thing he said that was whack, which made it whack, the Elvis Pusley line.
Thank you.
That was so trash.
Thank you.
I'm like, why did they let
I
him say
could have
that?
done with like Charlie.
I would have. I would interview
Hitman.
Charlie like Charlie.
I know he rapped this in front of you.
Why did you allow that?
Come on.
That's how you know he wrote it.
Yeah.
None of them would have ever said Elvis Pusley.
You know, you're right.
You know what? 'Cause that's some shit that you can
You're
get
right.
away with on Wild 'N Out.
Yeah, you're
You
right.
can't get away with that shit on wax, yo.
But then they
That
could
is
have.
Elvis
true.
Pusley? What
That
the
is-
hell is that?
But you know what? That sounds like a conceited reach, though.
Yo.
That sounds like a conceited reach.
Elvis Pusley?
Yeah.
It does.
Elvis
kinda.
It does. Like conceited rap would rap like that
You Elvis.
with the delivery. And you Elvis Pusley.
He
Slow
would.
it down. I just dissed you.
you.
Elvis Pusley.
You might be on to something there, McCray. You might be on to something.
Yeah, you know. And I like conceited too, but his bars was terrible on that joint.
Really?
man.
I thought he was
The
good.
dude with the dreads had the best verse to me. I want to know who was that guy.
Conceded's bars wasn't ass.
It wasn't.
Maybe that's why, because John was like, I don't care. Hitman and Clips went in. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, and Conceded too.
No.
And he did not respond
Shout out
to
to
that.
Clips.
No.
He graduated from Washington Irving, my high school. That
Who?
I graduated. Charlie Clips.
Charlie Clips?
Yep.
All right.
He went to
graduated
school?
from- Yeah, he went to the same high school I went to.
He went to
I'm
school.
fucking
Yep.
with you.
Graduated.
We're
Yep.
fans of Charlie over here
Woo, woo.
when he raps. Speaking of Charlie, did you see the 2-on-2? I asked you, but you said you didn't see it. He went against John and Hitman, and it's on
Oh, that's old.
it's old, but
I didn't see it.
his
though.
third round.
Oh, I did see that.
And I
he
think-
went off with goods, right?
Yeah,
Who you give the battle to?
it's 2-1 Hitman and John.
Hitman and John were really
Yeah, their
good.
chemistry was
They
amazing.
were fire.
It was amazing.
They were a good 2-on-2.
like it was cool to hear Good say like, yo, y'all. It was funny to like, yeah, y'all went in.
They kind of got like low key. It would have been a low key body if Charlie didn't come through in the third.
They even said it like it was crazy. Like Hitman and even fucking John, like he's going off. Stop the time. Like it was. He walked on water.
Who?
Charlie,
Clips?
that third round. Like
Yeah.
I wish he raps like that all the time though.
You know what? That's why.
Like, why?
What about him is that that's when you know he
He's
has
frustrating.
He has talent, but what comes with talent when you acquire stuff with your talent, right? This is my opinion, that you kind of like if you're not, you become lazy.
Cause like to
So
hear
he
him
does
rap,
he does that type of shit effortlessly, but he's not putting forth the effort to prepare. You know, like so he's preparing just enough. Because even versus Math, where I felt like maybe he could have written one or two of those rounds, he freestyled still one round, and I'm like it still was good. Like he still won, but you're not operating at 100%.
Yeah.
You're just not. You're doing what your talent is allowing you to do.
Yeah.
Which is just enough. Which is why sometimes it's kind of hit or miss. You know what I mean? Like sometimes he's dead on, and sometimes he's not. So
I don't know. It was just one of those things. I'm like, damn, I wish he can rap like that all the time. But their chemistry was exceptional.
because that round I think
Hitman
he
and
wrote.
Yeah, you can tell.
You could tell.
You
That's
tell
what
he
I'm trying
took
to say.
time.
He
He
took
took
time
time.
for it. Now imagine if he always took the time. Is my point. You know what I mean?
Speaking of taking the time, like I wanted to ask you this last week, but you didn't get a chance to make it. Are you going to get back in the ring?
People keep asking me that. I would like to
What's your bag price? What would you ask?
It's light. It's not. I wouldn't put it out there. I
Tell you
wouldn't
what.
voice it.
150,000, nothing less. Don't even come if it's anything.
I keep
less
getting
than
asked
You
that.
should let Reef manage you, man.
50,000, bro. That's it. Nothing less.
Yeah, if you give me a battle, you know, you
50,000,
get a
bro.
percentage.
Who would you like match up with, like in this climate, like going man or female, man or woman? Why was that difficult for me to say?
I think I
Men
would.
or female. Let's make that clear.
I think I would
Clarify.
play. I would I don't know who. I would want to just see myself first. Like, you know, I could be like a little rusty, so I would want to. I would want to battle a new girl, upcoming girl, someone who's young and hungry.
Yeah.
Because some of these the other girls, like, plus the way battle rap is now, I would want to battle someone that I know who I respect rapping wise. I think what I bring to the table is the actual rapping. I don't feel like battle rappers, even the guys, a lot of them are not rapping. It's like it's now this thing like where I just, you know,
Cause that don't be winning.
right.
The actual rapping don't be winning. The crowd.
They
don't
do
be
the
catching that.
personals,
It's about,
or they do like antics, or they rap, but it's not a lot of rapping. But I take that. I'm not sure if it's not winning. I just think that because just now when Sue Surf battled Reed Dollars,
Yeah.
they're trying to say it was debatable, but it really isn't. His material was actually pretty good, but he was actually rapping this time.
Surf?
He's in a small Surf. It was, to me, I was impressed by the actual material.
Yeah.
And stuff like that makes me want to rap. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, oh, he's actually and it was seemingly like effortless on his part. It didn't seem like he was even going that hard, but it sounded good to me. Because sometimes he's real lax too. Like he does just enough for the bag. And people who are acting like Reed wasn't like terrible. I think Reed was better versus Rex, but the material is what I would want to bring. I would want to like, you know, and so what if it's not winning? I feel like that's why I want to battle someone up and coming, because I would want to like kind of have some influence, like this is how you rap. You know what I mean? Like I want, like, let's rap. Let's get it back to where it's like you feel the bars, like where it's like, because I feel like also too, a lot of girls, it's not coming from the gut. That's my thing. That's why I judge Rhapsody so harsh. Like I like Rhapsody, right? This is my issue with her. You know, because I feel like she doesn't rap from here though. I hear some of the passion, but I'm from an era where if you were a girl rapping when I was like rapping, like coming up, you probably was the only girl amongst guys. So you're rapping for respect. So that's why when I'm rapping, it comes from the gut, because I'm like, you gotta feel me. You know what I mean? Like I don't be hearing that only hear that from certain girls. Like there's one or two girls, I can't think of them right now, but it's a lot of new girls. Like this one girl, she doesn't have like a lot of passion, but she's dead nice. There's this girl named London. Lady London, you check her out. But she's talking that content, and you can just feel her like.
I hear you on that Rhapsody shit, because her Layla's Wisdom and her recent shit Eve, it doesn't really hit with that passion that you're speaking of, even though it's there, but it's not constant. But her previous works definitely, like before, like not the major.
Really, because I
EPs,
saw her perform for. How I got my homegirl is a big fan of hers, right? And so like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I think with the other album, she had some title show, and so I went, you know, to see it, and I'm like, that's when I got introduced to her really, and I'm like, for a live show, like you ain't rapping, like to me, she gives me like a backpacker vibe, and for the backpacker vibe, that's the vibe that you like, you know, like it's raw, it's supposed to be like real raw rap. So all I'm saying is that, I want to make a return, right? But because I want to like kind of like, and even people say that I want to see how I'm going to be received. You know what I mean? Like, are people going to be checking for it? You know what I mean? And I think that they will. I'm not that far removed. I mean, I had about like two years ago. Yeah. And I think that's what's missing too. Like just because like Lux and Hollow together, you saw that? I think I sent y'all that.
Yeah. Them niggas.
They were rapping though.
Hell yeah.
And it was phenomenal.
But
that's what I'm trying to say.
You
like
get into it, that they're rapping. When you see them on the bill, it's like, oh, you about to get rap. Like this nigga Lux
real
about to
rap. It wasn't all this
like,
extra, because this new wave, the young wave with battle rap, like
I got a gun so big,
and then they do
Like
all his
math,
antics.
like math against
I gotta
Oh.
put it in a suitcase and ship it to Japan.
the crowd to go, oh, and that's how
And
you
you know
win.
what?
Ooh.
The
And
crowd,
some
right?
of it, I like, but I only
Thank goodness.
like it when it's a real fire bar.
Yeah.
I don't just like it when it's
Yeah.
some like
Sprinkle it
stupid
in.
shit,
Yeah.
and they're getting so
Those
hyped,
fillers.
It has to be witty, you know.
Yeah.
witty,
Yeah.
and just like
It gotta be
let
the
me
side.
have a gas
Execution.
face.
Gotta be
Double,
the
triple
side, not the
entendres.
entree.
It gotta work,
Has to
man.
It gotta be the
Yeah.
side, not the entree. It
Like,
can't
not
be
for
your
nothing.
main shit. It
Even
gotta
if
be
it's
the
simple,
extras,
I
like-
wanna
Tay Rock
feel
does
it.
that. He has that. He has that ability.
He
Like
knows
even
when
though
to
it's,
come
you
with
know what I'm
the-
saying.
yeah, with the theatrics.
But
when
so
to-
does Lux, because see, to me, Lux, but now I'm not saying this is my flaw with him,
Yeah.
right? I'm saying that he does not project, right? When he raps like that, so his cadences and everything, you can't tell me that the crowd even knows what the fuck
They
he's
don't
saying,
hear it.
but they
I
go
know,
off.
I know,
He be
yeah.
like,
Harlem. Oh!
you're like, what the fuck did he say? I don't know what you said.
That Harlem line
But
was
then
fire.
his playback, you go listen to it, you're like, oh shit, he
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
wigging. That's all. I mean, so it's a give or take. I'm just saying that I like when the rappers are rapping.
But
Like,
even like the last time, I don't.
What you
I
talking
feel
about?
like Verb 1. It's like real shit. And I
gotta
was
watch
saying-
that.
I was
I
trying
was
to
saying-
avoid this.
I said he didn't have no chance. I said on here multiple times, I hate his swag. I don't fuck with him at all.
You hate his swag.
I hate his swag.
Why
I
do
don't
you
like
hate swag?
anything about? I hate his swag.
Yeah, his
His
swag.
swag? Okay.
His specific.
Yeah, his
like,
swag
you know,
is
somebody
swag.
just,
My
you just
bad.
like, yo, fuck this dude. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and somebody try to say it's because he's always coming at New York. I don't give a fuck about shit like that, bro. Like, whatever. That's your angle. You're not from New York. I respect that
Yeah,
angle,
yeah.
but I just hate his whole, like, everything about him.
His
everything.
demeanor. His
I hate everything
vibe.
about him.
how he dresses.
Yeah,
I hate
everything,
his
like,
nose.
yeah,
It's
I hate
sometimes
his
it's not
beard.
dead
the
on,
cadence,
but
the way you
sometimes it's
dressing,
on.
the shit you be saying, the mannerisms. Like, I just be like, bro, get
He
the
says
fuck
all
outta
of
here,
that.
bro. And the nigga won. So yeah, I'm saying all of that, and I feel like this nigga won. So if
How?
somebody that feels this way about, bro, I just don't feel. And I feel like Lux is legendary. I feel like his rapping is up in that upper echelon, that class of niggas that rap like, son, he raps his ass off.
I
Niggas
push
can't-
you and encourage you to listen again.
Maybe I gotta hear it again,
You
bro. But
gotta watch it
who
again.
listens to, I
Oh,
was
watch
like,
it. Watch it again.
bro,
I was
Probably
with.
was the energy
Nigga
though, because
won.
the energy that Lux had with Hollow and that
Yeah.
2-on-2 was not
Yeah.
the same energy I think in that battle
and
with
I
Verb.
and a lot of this shit, him
That
him,
matters sometimes.
Nah,
him
I
allowing
disagree.
the crowd
That
to get him off his shit.
first 2 rounds, he was
him allowing
uncanny.
the crowd to get him off his shit.
The
That
third
shit
round.
counts a lot.
3rd round, it got to him.
Y'all niggas ain't like, bro.
2-1.
You son, don't allow that shit.
Third
you
round.
doing that, you looking
he did
flustered.
that?
He did that a lot.
That 3rd
y'all
round,
niggas
his
is
angle.
Oh, shut up. Oh, y'all niggas ain't. Oh, niggas ain't a lot. That shit counts a lot.
Yeah,
to
that
me.
happened in
Like,
third
the
round.
show
That's
was
why I
just
say
like-
the
That's what I was
2-1.
saying about him. He doesn't have projection in his voice, which I think you
and
need
he's
as
saying
a battle
so
rapper.
much. You like,
And he's saying
sometimes
so
he gotta slow
much.
it down
Exactly,
for niggas.
exactly.
Like, niggas be having to like. I've watched.
And
it
then
with
he be
niggas
like
and been
fast
looking
talking
at
on some
they
Harlem
face.
shit. He be talking like an old school player. So you
Yeah.
got like
Yeah, I'm talking the block. They just came to the block.
I
put him in the coffin.
Exactly.
And a lot of New York niggas can't catch that, but you in fucking Atlanta or Houston, these niggas looking like, the fuck
is you
this nigga talking
saying?
about,
Right.
bro?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you talking mad fast, your accent, your shit is different, like, and you you saying the words are mad big. Like,
I can agree with you that he that he doesn't project or whatever. I can agree with that, but I cannot agree that he beat him clearly.
Rain, please watch
I
that.
gotta watch
cannot
that.
agree that
I
he
gotta
beat him
watch
clearly.
You, bro.
Loaded's first 2 rounds alone, he wins the battle.
I don't know,
Alone,
bro.
his 3rd round, he disappointed me. He disappointed me.
Third round.
His third round, he
is
disappointed me.
very.
It is.
So let me say this:
Go ahead.
going into the 3rd round, is the battle over? Like, does it not matter, or is it still like, this 3rd round could sway it?
The 2nd round was the closest. I slided it to Loaded. 1st round, Loaded clearly won. 3rd
Yeah.
round,
So going into the 3rd, you feel like it's still a battle. Like, whoever comes out on top here is gonna win. That's how I felt like going into it.
I
It
didn't
was like,
go into it like that.
I don't know. I felt like it was still like, even if you gave him the first 2, it's like very close. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 2 10-9 rounds. And if the 3rd round is a 10-8 round, it's like, And again,
I
if
give
you,
it second round a 10-8.
and again, I feel you.
You know what I'm
If
saying?
you, but to me, I feel like it was 10-9 regardless of who you had. And then third round, you come disappointed. It's like, if
See,
you Kobe and Kobe's playing against me, and I got 29 and Kobe got 30, I won, bro. I'm me and you Kobe. I had one more, you know what I'm saying? This is Lux and you Verb and you was right there and it's debatable.
I just think
you won.
What happened?
Who disappointed you?
Lux.
Well, Loaded Lux third round because that angle that he tried to use, it was just really bad. It was it was just a bad angle, and I think it was just the timing of it. Like 2 rounds, you already had it. But I will say, like with the crowd, Verb can say some extra shit about country music, and he used like some simple angle, and it's like it's a crowd rocker. And it's just like, that's whack to me.
You gotta
man.
know your arena.
I
though.
feel you.
gotta
I
know
feel
where
you.
are. You're
That's
in
why
a
if you're in
battle
Charlotte,
with
you
live
say
people.
you do the Charlotte angles, Bobcat taunt, you do all that. That's cool. But it's like at some point, like skills and
That
shit like
plays
that
into
have
a
to
battle,
matter.
though, like-
No, I feel you, performance and all that, but like that, I don't know.
I feel like his shit was hitting, man.
I think Loaded shit hits
Verb
more
shit
first 2
was
rounds.
Hitting consecutive, like bang,
don't
bang,
know.
bang, like
I don't
really
know.
analyzing, breaking your shit down. It's like
Loaded-
and I feel like
Loaded had room
bars
rockers.
was better, but they more random bars. It's like I'm talking about you. You know what I'm saying? Like
Nah, his first round was
I don't know. I think it was more about you.
the Apollo
specifically.
shit, the whole. It was
I gotta
hard.
see it.
It was
Can't
hard.
y'all see these fake the rap version of TD Jakes? I think it was like those shits. Like you just talking about you talking about dick sucking lips or what? I'm talking about you. I'm breaking your shit down. Like you. This is why you corny. You do this. You think you're a New York nigga. You were supposed to pop. You ain't pop. You were supposed to be the biggest nigga in battle rap, but you ain't. You try to look down on us, but niggas is better than you. I'm killing you right now. And the crowd is like, oh, like the underdog, like, oh, kill this nigga. Like it's like David being Goliath. Like, and by the end it was like, yo. Because David won.
And the thing is with that, and Loaded, he touched on that in the show on the battle. Like he says, like he'll say like one hot line, and then it's like if he just nicks him, then they'll say he won. You know what I'm saying? If he just like gave him like a little scratch, they'll say he won. But it's like it wasn't that though. It was not that. Like it was another Mook and a Verb thing. A lot of people thought that Verb won, but in essence, like it was no debate.
I don't think that was.
I
close.
think a lot of people were
Mook
saying
won
that.
by a lot.
Nah.
I remember it was.
Yeah.
It was. I
You
think,
know what I'm
I
saying?
think Mook won by a lot. I don't know. Rain, you got. I
Check
don't
it out.
know,
Who you
man.
gave Mook and Verb?
Mook, definitely. Not
okay.
even close.
Yeah,
I think not even close. Like I think again that's different class of rap. That's like professional rap and like NCAA good, like real good rap. Like Verb, but you ain't like Mook is like ball for ball. Like I'm
You don't-
fucking
Do you think him and Lux are in the same echelon?
yeah. They're in that class of
Who else is
nigga.
in that echelon as far as battle rap?
I don't know.
I don't know if Mook is in this. I think Lux is way ahead of Mook
Wow. Okay, I mean,
as a rapper.
I put Hollow up there.
Mook can't do what Lux did on Flex, and Mook was on Flex. You don't remember Mook's verse?
That's crazy. You don't. I don't.
Yeah, but yo, Mook had 10 years of fucking killing shit before I even heard a Lux verse. You feel me? Like that, and there was a time
What?
when nobody
They started at
wasn't.
the same time. Remember they battled late 90s, early 2000s.
Early 2000s, and they were just like
I don't know. I ain't really.
they were
fuck
like
with Lux.
Duke and Carolina and
battled
fucking
twice.
Harlem.
I ain't really
Mook smoked
fuck with.
Lux the second time on the
That slaughterhouse
Slaughterhouse
bullshit.
shit,
Well,
but that
I
shit was
ain't-
fire. He killed them.
Yeah,
but
he
the
did.
first one, Lux beat him.
I didn't even know that they battled that long. I ain't really get on to Lux
They
until.
battled
That's
at
the whole hoodie.
Youngins.
The
They
whole
battled
hoodie
Youngins.
Lux. The
That's
whole
a great
hoodie
hoodie
Lux
Lux.
shit.
He battled him in a
They used to battle in those
a clothing
stores.
store.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, I ain't. Well, correction.
Yeah, so when you hit, but that's what I'm saying.
Don't
When you
be
transition
better.
to
Don't
on a
be better.
beat, I feel like Lux has one of the top freestyles on Flex.
I could see that. I could agree with that.
Either he's number 1 or 2. To me, it's between him and Black Thought.
Yeah.
Black Thought's freestyle was retarded.
Was
My
saying
Son
on
stood
Flex.
out. Arsenal's joint was fire.
Arsenal
heard.
winning on Flex.
I think I was gonna say even Surf's joint was alright.
Yeah.
Surf definitely winning on Flex.
But it's not for the battle rappers he's up there, but I feel like Lux is comparable to Black Thought as far as the rapping.
I don't know. I think Mook was that fucking guy for a
Well-
long time. I gotta give him.
Still on battle rap. Did we discuss like that little rant that
No.
we had? So we were talking about as far as like rappers having a platform now and them using it. You had thoughts on that?
I'm trying to, like, when I like talk about stuff, like, to take accountability and not to be sound like a hater. Like, I don't want to be a hater
Yeah,
ever.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, as someone who thought to do it a long time, who was doing it a long time ago, I'm saying that I'm watching everyone do it as a journalist and not necessarily as just a consumer.
Mhm.
So I judge it on that. So Math's new platform, well, his new show, I've been asking people how they felt about it because I didn't want to be like, I don't want to seem like, am I hating? You know what I mean? Like, I know what's dope and I know what people like. So I'm saying overall, I think it's dope that he's doing that. I think it's shot well. These are all my positives. I think it's shot well. It looks good. And the culture seems to like it.
Mhm.
And since the culture for battle rap is dominated by men, I think it does cater to that. My issue where I'm like with a tougher lens as a journalist, I think it's just barbershop banter. It doesn't really keep my attention as far as like going back to it. Like, I press on it to see what they have to say, right? And I think it's dope. Like I said, I think it's dope because I think it's dope to see battle rappers kicking it in a different a different setting and just talking their shit. Yeah, talk that barbershop shit.
Yeah.
But I feel that he can challenge his guests more. And I think he just let them say anything. I think even in a barbershop setting, that's when it gets heated in the barbershop. Like, what are you talking about? Fuck out of here. Nah, he didn't do that. I don't see that. That's what I want to see. I would love to go on the show myself and, like, talk shit and kind of like just debate. That's what I feel like, I feel like he can take it to another level. I'm not going to like say like all my critiques because I'm not trying to like, I just feel like it could be a little bit, it's called my expert opinion, but I don't feel like it's informative. I feel like it's just talk.
I mean, but do you think that hurts his brand? Like,
No,
as a
it
battle
helps
rapper?
his brand. No, like I said, here's the thing, right? It's like battle rap is a microcosm of the mainstream, right? So everybody's doing this, not just battle rappers, rappers, everyone. The problem with that, like I said, even with Joe Budden doing it, like he was doing it, right? It's that you're entering in a media realm, but you're not following media rules.
Yeah.
And that's cool. That's also my issue with podcasts. Like, I'm kind of like, even with podcasts, it's like everyone has a podcast. Okay, great. I'm not mad at you, everyone voicing their opinion, but that's why you see all week I go through this. Like, there's a different, they have levels of opinions, right? Fuck your opinion, nigga. Like, even with this unpopular opinion, like, fuck your opinion. Educate your opinion. Inform your opinion so that your opinion has more weight. Like, people just pulling out their opinion out their ass. All right, that's cool. And I hate when it's always like, no disrespect, but it's always like the people who think the less that kind of always like, it's just my opinion. Who gives a fuck about your opinion? Like, you're spitting your opinion and it's not educated.
Your voice got mad high.
That's what I'm saying, because I hate that. It's like, it's just my opinion. I have an opinion just like you. Well, hello, my opinion, your opinion is not like mine because I educate my opinion. That's what I'm saying. Is I think more people should educate their opinions. That's how real debates. That's why I don't try to debate everyone, because I know you're not speaking from a point of being informed.
You're rude, by the way, when you just be dismissing people on your shit. Get the fuck out of here. Get off my timeline.
I'm gonna tell you why. And I'm not rude because I'm actually extremely nice, right? And I'm too nice.
Please.
What happened?
She asked get the fuck out of here, please.
No, I'm like that with people who are uninformed but are talking to me like they are. And so I don't have kid gloves for a lot of people who I know are speaking out their ass. You're speaking to someone who took the time to educate themselves. I want to talk to people who are also going to educate me. So if you're coming at me disrespectfully, you didn't add that part in.
No.
They're talking to me crazy.
Definitely.
They talk to me crazy.
Yeah.
Right. And so
I'm just saying.
One-sided. You're
I-
one-sided.
It's not-
McCray, you
because
one-sided.
I don't pop off.
Well, am I?
You are.
I don't
You are.
pop off. I respond. So I'm not someone that just pops off.
Yeah.
If I'm attacked,
Yeah.
sometimes I let them attack me. Like I read it because I'm
Yeah.
trying to get better at that, right? Because I don't want to give my energy to everyone.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be a bitch. I don't want to be mean and rude. But I'm reading this guy like you done said three different comments. And you're disrespecting me because I know that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But you're talking to me like you do. That's when I get like, yo, get the fuck off my page and stop fucking talking to me.
So in my defense, that's
Yo.
like when you click a thread and you see like 85 comments.
Yo, her shit.
Yeah, right.
Yo, nigga.
So I go and I click and then I see her comments first like get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, oh damn.
But did you
So
read the disrespect?
But then I go, of course.
and they leave like mad. The 85 comments is not even me responding every time.
I guess what I'm
It's
saying is your
them.
disrespect
And
to
I
them
had
is
5
justified.
at one time coming
It's
at me.
justified.
With paragraphs, with monologues.
With
Yeah.
monologue. First
We
of all,
going
let's have some
monologues,
etiquette,
man.
right?
And they're
Yo,
replying on people's replying. They're replying on
Exactly.
people's
Word.
Let's
Like,
have etiquette, right? Etiquette is, first of all, dude, I
Them
don't even
Facebook
respect your
debates.
opinion. So you leaving the fucking paragraph. Etiquette says you have to earn the right to leave a paragraph. Who's reading that?
I'm not gonna hold you. That makes
I
some
don't
sense.
respect your opinion. I'm not reading your paragraph, yo.
Paragraph,
Fuck
bro.
your
Soon as I
paragraph.
see a paragraph.
I'm like, I don't even like you like that. I will sit here and listen to your shit for like a freaking hour.
Nope.
Nah, yo.
Word. We
You gotta have etiquette. Yo.
Word.
You gotta earn the right to.
You gotta
leave
earn the right to
paragraphs.
go a paragraph on my shit, B. I'm
Word.
gonna use that shit on because I'll be having
That's how I feel. 'Cause there are
I have my
people-
debates from here and there.
And there are people that you actually debate with who you respect
Yeah.
opinions, who you don't agree with. People like, oh, you're just mad because I don't agree with you. I don't give a fuck about you agreeing with me.
Word.
I don't
Right.
care. But make some fucking sense.
Mm-hmm.
This is my page. Then you're gonna tell me that why would I be mad? No, I'm mad that you are this uninformed. That's what I'm
Yeah.
mad at. And you're talking to me like you are. And I guess I get ruled because I'm assuming sometimes that people are more versed than they really are, right?
That's
and
real.
so I eat it a lot. But then, like, it's one guy that I'm always rude to. So if you always see, he don't gotta say much to me. I'm like, yo, he's proud. See, if you're proudly uninformed, you're a fucking fool.
That's real.
That's kind of whack on your part to be
That's
proud to be wrong. Like I'm
You
proud
are
to
a
be
fool.
uninformed. That's a fucking fool. Like you
I don't
know.
argue with those people.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
don't
So
have
if you
time.
ever see that guy, Daryl, whatever his name is,
Daryl.
I always disrespect him because he
just
gets
pointed.
on there like, oh, it's just my opinion. Nigga, shut the fuck up and get off my fucking page.
This dumb shit.
Well, you don't be doing
Dumbass
that though.
shit.
Like y'all don't be having like. I think everybody to say what's been in a Facebook debate. You've been in countless Facebook debates with me. Like when people say that shit, it's my opinion. Don't you look at the phone like, get the fuck out
outta
of here? I'm like, come
Yo,
on.
real talk though.
But it's funny,
There's a
though.
quote, and I gotta find it. But the thing is, you are entitled to a baseless opinion on surface shit.
Yeah.
Music, food. I can't tell you what to
Yeah.
think about what you eat and what you listen to.
consume
That's
it.
But
true.
things about life and like that requires some depth and requires some research, you're not entitled to just be
Mm-hmm.
walking around here stupid like that's just my opinion. The fuck out of here!
'Cause you
Like
got-
go read a book, yo, and then holler back. Like
Read a
you know what I'm
motherfucking
saying?
book.
I
feel
like
you.
to be educated when I'm talked to, meaning like let's engage.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know, I would like to educate you. And if I don't know, I have no problem saying, hey, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like let me know. There's mad things that you guys know that I don't know. Like I'm not God.
Yeah.
But my thing is don't talk to me like on
Yeah.
something that I know a lot about. And then you're talking down to me like,
Yeah,
Just
they'll
my
be,
fucking opinion.
you be having some people on there that their names be like Dr. Johnson, Wales and shit, and then they be trying to go in depth. I'm like, come on, man. Everybody want to sound like that dude from Living Color. Fucking Damon
sounding
Wayans.
mad
character.
stupid.
Yeah.
The
Like when you,
participation of the amalgamation of
yo,
the,
we talking about battle rap. Shut the fuck up.
Masturbation.
yo.
I was
Your dilapides and your medulla oblongata. you would understand why Loaded Lux would use such cadence. Shut the
Like,
fuck up.
Fuck out of here, yo. That's my only thing. But my issue, so yeah, every rapper, fine, yeah, get in where you fit in, like voice your opinion, create your platform, you know, quote unquote do media, but don't think it's really like the issue is dangerous with that because I use Joe Budden as an example, right? Where I like what he has done with his platform. Yeah. It's dangerous because even with podcasts, when people get popular, it's like if you're not taking accountability for what you're saying and what you're putting out there, it's like popularity it trumps fact. Mm-hmm. I have a problem with that as someone who, you know, as a journalist. I feel like I like to lead from a point of fact. Mm-hmm. And then you can derive your, you know, I can, my opinion, basically, if I'm informing people, I'm giving my opinion, but it's based on what is fact. So what I always do is, like, when things go viral, I always look for the root of it first. You just can't be out here just sharing shit. And even sometimes I get caught. And you know who's the first one to tell me that I'm dead wrong?
That doctor guy. That doctor guy.
The uninformed, uneducated opinion. Like, and that's when I be tight. Like,
got
and I hate
notification.
That. Ding. Right. So I'm saying don't do it because I don't want to do that. And then that's what also makes me credible, though. So if I am wrong, I will have no problem saying, hey, I just shared that article. It's wrong. This is the information.
That happened to me once or twice.
That's credibility, though.
That happened to me once or twice.
Yeah, it happens to all of us.
3 times.
We all at some point just read titles.
Yeah.
And just like, yo, this is a hot title. You can share the shit. Meanwhile, the whole article is some fucking bullshit from 3 years
Daily
ago.
Mail UK, do not share that shit.
Hip Hop Overload.
Yeah, I'm good.
That shit. It ain't about what's true or not. It's about
the shock value, the clicks.
It's about how many people believe it. Like we was talking about off air. If everybody decides right now that 2 and 2 is 5, 2 and 2 is 5. Like it doesn't matter. Fuck math. Fuck the logical. You know, you being able to prove that. If everybody in the world right now universally decides that 2 and 2 is 5, it's 5. It don't matter.
Well, if they can prove that, that
changes
changes everything.
Like, it's 4.
And they would lock your ass up and then have you in a fucking insane asylum.
Right.
But you just like, yo, nah, it don't. Like, everybody believed the earth was flat. That shit was flat. You know what I'm saying? When you came like, nah, yo, this shit is round. They like, what the fuck you talking about, your dumb ass? Get the fuck out of here. You like, nah, yo, like shit don't matter. And then when you got a million followers, 5 million followers, it's like, yo, 5 million people say this. So fuck your 5,000, 5 million say this. So
2 and 2 could be 5, though.
Bro, exactly. Bro, if enough people decide it, bro,
it really
it's
can't 5.
But if everybody decides it is,
Somebody listen to this podcast later on like mad hot. Yo.
That ass, bro. If everybody decides, bro. Especially with that new bullshit math they teaching with. And if you put 1, cause like you could
that new math is crazy.
New math is bullshit. You can make anything. Like
math teacher.
Oh wait, hold on. You gotta teach that shit?
Yeah.
Power rapper to rapper. 1 + 1 is 2.
Teach us, because I'm looking at that shit like, what?
Yo, it's crazy,
man.
What
is you talking about, bro?
Common Core standards, and like we have to really teach, not just, you know how we regroup when we're we're using the standard algorithm. They don't teach kids to use the standard algorithm anymore. So they use they tell them to like break apart numbers. Okay. So like for example, 20 plus 34, 36, or 39, like they'll tell you like, okay, how can you regroup that? Like for 20, you put 10 and 10. They want you to just break it apart instead of just like
they want to show work.
The regroup the 1 over to the 10th place.
Okay, but then you can just decide like, all right, 10 and then 8, and then like I'm just saying shit don't make no sense. I'm like
and she, but like really sidebar, like she teaches like couple doors down from me. She's mad loud. I thought I was loud.
Yo.
She's like 2x minus 3. Z, close the door, please, because I can't hear that. Not today.
And the number line.
Number line, you guys. 1 line, guys. 1 line. Let's go. I'm like mad loud. You heard her. Yeah. 1 line, guys. 1 line. But math is, I'm good.
Yo, the 8th grade math is serious, man.
Math is hieroglyphics.
Right now, I'm teaching dilations. So, yep, from
what the fuck is that?
Pre-image is when you go from a small figure to a large figure. How do you?
Isn't that like pregnancy?
The scale factor? How to use the scale factor to enlarge an image. So like if the scale factor is 2, you have to multiply by the side lengths in order to enlarge the image. Yeah. So that's yep.
That sounds like
so
science.
it's basically
Learn in
rigid
8th grade now.
transformations. So yeah, like rigid transformations is just like I know translations, all dilations, reflection, rotations, how to like turn a figure. It's really intense.
I was doing algebra, like nigga.
Yo, it's really intense. It's
thought I was
really,
doing
really
good.
intense. Yeah. And they
I
use
have
transparency
children-
paper to just prove their theory of how can we reflect this figure over the x-axis and the y-axis. So it's like
That sounds
it's a really complicated. The math this year, it's crazy.
What? Like,
And
why?
why I
right,
stay
when
in
I was
my
in school,
lane.
I was like, we never learned this. Maybe like
That's why I stay in
I'm
my
like-
lane.
Why,
crazy.
though?
I teach
Why do you
writing.
think? Like, why? Like, is this a whose agenda is being pushed? What?
well,
What the
you
fuck
know,
is
it's
that?
just
Shit,
you
yo.
know, institution.
That sounds
'Cause
like
I
some
can't do this
NASA
shit
shit.
now.
White
So whenever how it's gonna be 10 years before
Don't-
my kids
yo,
get to this,
don't-
at least 10, 15. What the fuck is that gonna be then? I can't do this shit.
But that's
I can't help. Yo, daddy, help me with this.
no.
Looking at that shit like
Bryce better not come home with math, some shit like that.
He is definitely coming
He
home
will.
with it.
Hopefully
Probably
YouTube,
even worse.
fucking. I don't even know what you
You're gonna
said.
have to Google
Yeah.
it.
Something.
shit. What? Like, yo.
But maybe by that time, future Google will be a person, like a fucking hologram of a
Yeah.
Yup,
person.
that shit come right in
Yep.
your room. Like, well,
To the
that's
well,
scary,
here's
but,
what you do. Your daddy's a dumbass. Here's what you gonna do.
That's pretty scary.
Daddy can't do no fucking math. I'm gonna tell you, bro. After
But
you
yeah.
get past addition, subtraction, daddy ain't gonna. I can do algebra. After that, so we starting to. I don't know,
Yo, I'm good,
Yeah,
man.
it's crazy.
Math has changed. The whole education system has
yes,
changed.
yes, it did.
Then I think, was it like that for our parents? Now I feel bad. Did they completely turn left on them, and were they like, yo, what the fuck? I don't know this shit.
I just had the Sims book, that white book with the yellow line or the orange, depending upon what level you on. That shit used to kill me. I had that
Like
Sims
even the
book.
terminology changed too as well. Like we don't say improper fraction anymore. We
What do you say?
A fraction that's greater than a whole. So all of that, yep.
But
Oh,
why?
What in the
Yeah.
old
Who's
English?
deciding, like,
Yeah,
Fraction that's greater than whole.
greater than whole.
I don't know why I sounded
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
So
What the fuck is that?
it's just changing automatically.
who's deciding?
I had no
all
idea
this
you were
shit?
teaching all that.
Yeah,
Well, I guess
have to.
that's not so bad a fraction that's greater than a whole,
No, I feel you.
as opposed to saying
You know.
improper fraction.
But
But
I'm
like,
just saying,
just-
but
I'm
you
just
wouldn't
saying,
be
like-
able to know what
right,
your kid
like-
was talking about if
like
they
back
came
in
home
our
and said
days,
that
we would
shit. I'd be like,
say-
huh?
But
I
no,
mean,
that makes
that
kind
makes
of more sense.
More sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. But like, I'm just comparing to the fact that like there's so many like the terminology is changing. Like we used to, like our parents used to be taught,
Yeah.
and with the terminology, it's just like it's like changing. It's the
Yeah.
fact that it's changing is it's even if it's better for our kids to understand, it's just like changing. You know what I mean? And like
Are they doing that
Is
in
it
other
better for
countries?
them to understand? Though, in your
I think
opinion?
so. I think
Okay.
so. I think so.
Is this happening overseas? Like, is that a reason why our kids are falling back because of the
'Cause
I'm
we
gonna
trying to
ask,
play
'cause they
catch up.
definitely they definitely are hiring a lot of people to teach
It's true.
Because like
Chinese.
American kids are
kids.
falling behind, and it's like if the terminology between the generations isn't changing overseas, it's a lot easier for parents, for other people. Because like I can't help you with that. I think I'm very intelligent, but I don't know none of that shit. That shit looks like Chinese to me. Like
I think
I can't help.
You
So there's
probably
a-
could
there's a
help
bit
with
dis-
some of it.
The
The only thing we couldn't help with when the dilations, I don't know what that's about.
Maybe it was
Yeah, I
the
don't
meme,
know.
and they went
I would have to
harder.
see it.
But
yeah,
when,
you probably would. You probably
Yeah,
would,
it would.
like,
It's probably not as
understand
bad
it
as you
and
think.
it will
the
come
Common
back.
But that
Core
new
shit that
breaking
I
up math
seen-
it makes sense too, though.
Yeah.
Kinda, because in my head,
I don't
Because
now
understand
they're
that shit.
teaching you to think deeper, not just the surface. Because
Right.
now it's like it's robotic. If we was to say, okay, we just got to set it up as a standard algorithm and we just put the one over, that's not really teaching. That's not really getting to like the root of like having
makes
us
sense, though,
think
because-
even like deeper. You know what I mean?
But
Like
that's how I
have
add
to
in my
break-
head anyway.
Right, you have to break the numbers apart in order for
make
you to
it-
see that
right.
okay, 10 plus 10 is
It's
20.
making my head hurt.
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
but like
So it's
head math when I'm not.
So it's
gonna
called
do
mental
this
math.
shit.
It's called cognitive.
I'm
I'm
not.
not
when
doing
you're
this shit
adding
in
certain
life.
things, right? Don't you add in your head?
it's a mental math. That's what it's called,
Like,
mental math.
2 + 2 is
How
5,
many times
B.
a day? Like, yo,
A lot. You- I
yo,
deal with numbers.
I got two lemons at home. I'm gonna go get 4. I'm gonna have 6. There's not really many times.
No,
I'm
I
like,
feel like I am. I do it. I deal with numbers a lot in my head.
And then, no, not really.
What do you use a
Like,
calculator?
Not really. There aren't times like when I have to do the financials at the end of the week at work. I'm using the fucking calculator. Like I'm
that's
not.
why.
Okay,
you know
yeah,
what
of
I'm saying?
course.
I'm not
I
like-
would use
I'm
a calculator
saying
just
that
to make sure
sometimes-
everybody's.
So anything like
check or whatever
I'm not breaking down
is
numbers like
legit
that. Like what
and-
are we?
I can't
Straighten
think
out.
of an instance, but I do that in my head a lot.
Yeah.
But
Even
like
grocery shopping, grocery
simple
shopping.
math though. Like I'm gonna spend X amount of dollars.
Yeah,
I
like-
know I'm gonna have this amount left. Not like the what
Dilation.
That's
Of a figure,
different. I'm
pre-image,
saying
image.
that I was saying how she was saying the new adding, like
Yeah,
how they
Common
teach
Core.
kids to break it up.
But
Right?
then
what-
it doesn't
from-
even have to make sense. Like
That's true.
it'll be like I said, 2 + 2 is 5, and you could do the Common Core. Well, if you break it down and put a 2 here and a 2 here, and then a 1, 1, 1, that's 5, and then over here and you put a 1 and then a 2, that's 5. So 2
No.
+ 2 is 5.
What's
With that
happening
Common
though?
Core
They
bullshit,
want
it's
these
like,
kids to
yeah.
show work. They
No,
want them to
it's-
show work.
They wanted them to
You
show
know what I'm
work.
saying?
Yeah, so all you gotta do is show work, even
What
if
I'm
the work
saying
doesn't
is
make
that
sense.
it
If you're
makes
showing
sense
work,
now,
it's
the more I
okay.
think about it, because I'm saying that if you're good at math, right? You do math in your head. I would say, like, so I'm saying that it makes sense now when she's saying that they
You
break
have
it
to break
down,
it,
because
yeah.
that's how I get to it in my head, because it's harder. I can't think of numbers right now, but if someone just asked me out the blue, all right, what's 25 plus 85? You know what I'm saying? Well, that's 110, right? But I'm saying that in my mind,
Yes.
it would
Like-
make sense. Right, but if you do it the way
But
the
if you do
new
it the way-
math, it kind of is
right.
easier to
So
do
you
in your
break it
head.
down like 85, 40, and 40 and 5, and then you're like, oh, okay, and then I gotta add 10 and 10 and 5. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you break it down like that.
In
then
your
you can,
head.
in your head.
You
and
said
then you can-
88 plus 20.
85 plus
85
25.
plus 20.
I did not
25.
bust out the calculator.
He did.
All right,
It's 110.
it's 110.
Yes.
You did not even need that.
Hey,
But I'm saying,
But if you
the
was to
new
break-
way,
right, is
it
to
makes
break
it easier
to
to
break
add it in
apart
your head
yes,
as well.
to break apart these numbers, deconstruct
That's
these
what's up.
these numbers.
I stay in my lane.
Whatever.
Dude, I
No,
can't
like,
fuck with
you
it
know.
I
either.
teach them how to write. You
I
teach
can't
them how to
fuck with
count.
it.
Yeah,
I'm good.
it's interesting.
Math was
it-
never my thing.
Oh,
Why?
good.
Why
that's my
not?
thing.
Why not?
It just wasn't. Everything else,
Science
I
was my
was
thing.
I was exceptional. Math was just like my kryptonite, man. And it was just like once I got to college, and it was like I don't have to take any more math after this class. I fucking threw myself a party. Got a C plus.
Cause I mean, that's
C's
like
get
career
degrees.
specific.
Certified. That's what it says.
Certified.
Certified.
I didn't have to see near another math class again. I was good.
If you ain't getting into a specific profession and like all of that,
You see the
like,
math
I
is
don't
like-
need that shit, man.
I mean, like I would say you do
Probability
need it.
pissed me off.
You would need it. It doesn't matter what profession you're in because math is
Pythagorean
everywhere.
theorem.
And if we think about like,
I mean, the
because I
level of
teach,
college
I
math,
teach,
like,
I
I'm
teach
not
my
doing that
kids like
shit.
about the bank accounts. You know what I mean? Like
absolutely.
when we're talking about integers, negative and positive integers, how
I
to
got
get your
one,
if
two,
you're a
three,
negative
four,
and your
five.
account is negative, how we get you out of the negative count. So they need to know these things in
That's
order for them
addition and
to.
subtraction though. Like you know
No,
what I'm
that's-
saying?
I mean,
Like,
it is, but
that's
for-
what they doing in college, like with all that shit.
But I'm saying like math is everywhere. That's the point. The point is
Yeah.
that you need it. You need it to understand how things work. You needed it to understand how to put things together. You know what I mean? That's just like that's
get-
life.
I
You know
Yeah,
what
on the
I mean?
level that you're teaching it, absolutely.
Yeah.
They need that. There's no way you can function throughout life without that. I'm saying like the college shit, like that's
You
kinda
just showing
that's
off.
career specific, like
Just showing off.
to know that. Nah, the level that she's teaching.
No,
is
I
huge,
get
like,
that. I'm talking
you
about
gotta
college
have
level.
it.
That you showing
Yeah,
off.
it's just like come on.
You made it to the league
I don't
already.
know
That's
if-
it.
yeah,
You
I don't
don't
know
need to
shit,
do all
man.
this extra
Never in life I'm gonna be like, well,
dialism,
I'll believe
whatever.
a Pythagorean
Yeah.
theorem. I have to,
A
make
squared plus
one
B
now
squared
to
equals C
see.
squared?
Yeah, I know, but like, when am I gonna use this? When the fucking life? Am
I don't know.
This seems like an appropriate time for a Pythagorean theorem. Let me write down these stats, and I'm gonna just.
Well,
fuck, I'm not.
if you
doing
want to
that.
be like an
That's a lot of things
architect,
you learn in school.
That's
we
what
don't
I'm
use.
You know what I
saying.
mean?
If that is
Architecture.
career specific. If you're gonna do that shit, you need math. But like, I ain't building them shit, man.
I don't know, man.
There's a
Shout
lot of things you learn in school that we don't use. in life.
Majority of it, school is for social to realize how to get in where you fit in, how to deal with other people, how to, the basic stuff. You got to know
Yeah.
how to read. You got to know how to write. You got to know how to do math. You got to do that. But it's more about how to get in where you fit in and, socially to be able to,
Yeah.
deal with people and that shit. But the stuff you learn, you forget that shit.
Do you guys have a favorite teacher that you like sticks out? Like they were your favorite.
In elementary school, yeah.
You have one. What was their name?
Miss Wilson,
Miss Wilson. She sound
That
like a
was
dope
third.
ass teacher.
3rd grade.
Well, that's a dope ass teacher. Miss Wilson, man. She used to give me
James.
cookies on Thursdays.
Miss Reniqua Johnson. She was my 9th grade teacher. She was my writing teacher, actually.
Reniqua.
Reniqua Johnson, yeah.
That's dope.
She is amazing.
Damn.
She was a
Reniqua.
mother. She was a psychologist. She was everything.
Reniqua.
Yeah. She had dreadlocks.
Alright.
She's African American.
All right. Dreadlocks.
Yep.
Rasta.
Y'all.
You?
I had a writing an English teacher in high school that put me in a national essay writing contest, and I came in 2nd place. Like I had to give a speech on Japanese TV and all of that shit. Like that's actually what wound up getting me into college. Like I was on the waiting list to get into the school, and they wrote me a letter of recommendation. It was from the Anti-Defamation League, like the ADL.
Yeah.
It was a fucking huge organization. So like. She wound up linking me with all of that, and just like always.
What college you went to?
Seton Hall.
You do know Michael B. Jordan went to Seton Hall, right?
So yeah, I was.
Like, you just
I've
killed
been
my
waiting to
story.
use that that ammo, man.
That was whack.
I know, but
You
it
don't
was just
get
funny
no
because I'm
points
just
for that.
no, because I'm
Yeah.
just thinking like
You've
it was
had
a
better
random
ones.
thought. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, what do
What?
you have against this dude, man? Because I wasn't like just mercy.
So what about you?
Need to find.
Miss Tuning, 3rd grade,
Nice.
because she was the first teacher that cursed. And
Great.
she said, what the fuck do you think they gonna do to you out there? I think it was after like some type of riot, something that happened that was significant, and like she was the first teacher outside of that cursing. Like she was the first teacher to hold me accountable to know my history as a black person. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember we had to recite the Dr. King "I Have a Dream" speech, and I had never listened to a speech so long in my life. Like every day I listened to that joint and I like memorized my part, and I did it, and it made me want to, watch Eyes on the Prize and stuff like that with my dad even more, because she put that in us. Like her room was like a fucking African American museum. It was awesome. Like every morning, I felt pride going into that room. So Miss Tuning. Shout out to Miss Tuning, yeah.
Nice.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I definitely curse a lot in class. I need to stop. I do that a lot.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
do.
Yeah.
As a
They-
teacher?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Punching boards too, huh?
I don't punch boards anymore. I only did that like once, twice, 3 times I did
Yes, you
it,
did.
and I knew.
Then the kids get you kind of flustered there, huh?
Nah, because it's like
Oh,
it's just an expectation.
yes.
You know what I'm saying? But that's a,
It's a different
it's a different topic.
Yes, for sure.
But yeah,
Because we don't want that coming back to us.
we don't want that
Word.
over the break.
Talking about
Get fired on my day off and shit.
word.
Like McCray, heard your comments on your show. You got 2 weeks. You know, we'll give you 2 weeks. So we were discussing also when you were out when 50 Cent called out Oprah.
Oh, I got some stuff to say about that.
So I wanted to.
What?
Well, I know, and I really wish Q was here because I wanted you guys to,
What happened to Q?
Well, she's away. She's in Antigua.
Antigua.
Shout out to Q. Thank
Shout
you
out
for
to
thank you for the
Q.
gifts.
Q.
Yeah,
Q.
we hating.
But yeah, do you feel it was justified? So last week we discussed,
What gifts? I miss gifts?
out of everything I'm talking about, gifts.
Hold on.
Nah, the
Popcorn?
cookies
Oh.
and the popcorn.
Oh, okay.
Yo.
He's like, yo, it's
That
good.
shit
But,
good. Good
yeah.
old nap. Good days. Good old nap.
Afterwards?
Yo. Night.
Yo, you know some funny shit? You gotta. Let me not. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, everybody go night. But yeah,
I just don't think that he's the one to do it.
50.
well,
50.
are you familiar? Did you know? I was gonna say D'Angelo Russell.
Simmons.
Russell Simmons. He addressed Oprah. Well, I was
He responded?
I was a bit more empathetic.
What did he say?
He was just coming across it.
Long ass post.
Yeah, the long post. I know you don't like the long post, but he was just saying like, like we were friends, and I addressed this with you already, and the fact that you feel it was necessary to put this out after we essentially have had a conversation, because that's what it came off like. How could you? I thought we were friends.
Well, that's whack. I mean, I'm going to say this. It's going to sound kind of crazy, right?
Uh-oh.
Well, I just mean that
Not for you.
I don't agree that I don't like that Oprah is doing. Let me say it the right way. Like Russell though.
What's the details
Was getting-
of his? I don't know.
I'm gonna
so
say
it's
I'm gonna
hard
say
for
this.
me to have
Russell to me was kind of like getting away with it, and it sounds crazy, but I didn't have a problem with that.
Why?
I was not that I didn't have a problem with it. I'm just gonna say that. Let me say this. I don't think that Oprah should be the one going at Russell at this point in time. The same way I don't think that 50 is the one to go at Oprah either. You know?
Yeah.
Because they both it's like that's what everything is twofold in my opinion, like everything. Like, and that just means that there's not just two sides, but there's what you do and then there's the consequence of that. And you know, like it's being able to basically step in someone else's shoes at every given point. That's what twofold means.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that 50 is not the guy to go at Oprah. 50 is a crab in a barrel. 50, as you know, as dope as he is, as much as he's done, you know, he's a great businessman and all these stuff. He's kind of like a sexist misogynist, like the way he talks to and about women. At the same time, he has empowered women, right? So he empowered the woman who directed or wrote Power. Like, so, you know, again, that's twofold. Like, I disrespect women at the same time I empower them. Oprah, same thing. It's like, you know, I don't respect the fact that Oprah, the thing about Oprah, right, where me and Q disagree, and I had this down before. Oprah, to me, being a black woman with that much power and in media, we as black people can place certain things on her. Yes, we can, because you built your voice and everything is you're in a position to push the envelope on those who don't look like you, because you're respected by everyone, people who look like you and people who don't look like you, right? And you're in media. And you're not doing that. I didn't have a problem. All right, so I had a problem first with Oprah stamping the whole R. Kelly thing, because even though I didn't have a problem with the R. Kelly documentary, but I had a problem with Oprah using her platform to stamp it before it came out. I did have a problem with that. I can't think of right now why to connect it, but it's also the same. I was just disappointed when I read the article that came from Oprah's magazine, kind of like, am I confusing this? Because she also did the same thing to Michael Jackson. I had a problem with that as well. Like, it's
along the same lines. It's
right.
just a matter of, you know, people are saying, and I'm curious to know what you think. Why is she not holding Harvey Weinstein accountable?
I was getting to that. Yeah. I have a problem with that. Like, I don't respect the black person that says, oh, well, it's the same thing with Bill Cosby. I do not respect the black person that says, well, he deserves it too, so he should go. I don't respect that, because that's where I'm 100%, like I say, I'm riding for the black, like meaning like, no, he stepped into a realm of something that was already going on. He chose to participate in it because he was taught it by his white male counterparts. Doesn't take away anything, doesn't make him less of a monster, but we are not attacking the white monsters is the problem. And so because of what Cosby actually ended up going to jail for and his case, if you followed it, it's like, it's no way in hell that if he was not black would he have went to jail, because the woman who actually took him down, right, who actually put him in jail, if you listen and you read that entire thing, it wasn't that he snuck her a Mickey, you know. It's like, you're a grown woman, you're in a situation, and he tells you that he's giving you something to make you feel comfortable. And you are, you know, this is where accountability is always necessary, because, you know, I go hard for women, but I also take accountability. Like, you know, yeah, is that predatory? Yeah, it's predatory. But I also know that, you know, I decided to still drink it, knowing that he put something in my drink that was going to make me feel comfortable, knowing that I'm already feeling uncomfortable in the situation. Also, being a woman that has been in every type of circumstance. I wasn't in that per se, but all women have been in some kind of situation with men that they necessarily want to be in, and you know when a man's being predatory and when he's not. You know that. So, right. So I'm saying that he's done a lot of things, but the thing that put him in jail, that particular situation, I don't think that if he was white, he would have been in jail. So I got into it with other black men who are comedians, right? Who were like, no, but I know him. He's a monster, this, that, and the third. So I'm like, but what about Weinstein? It's not wrong for me to say, what about Weinstein, when I know that Weinstein is a bigger monster. Like, it's not wrong for me to say that because he's not, I'm trying to articulate myself to where it's like, I'm not saying Cosby does not belong in jail.
I just have a problem with that when people say he's a monster. Like
who?
Those people, because there are people on saying that Cosby was a monster doing those things and things of that nature. Just doesn't make sense.
I gotta know the details.
Well, it's predatory. I'm
Everything,
saying
though,
I hear you.
Because if
they're
I
all
don't
monsters.
know, man, it's 60 people. And, what I will say is the details to every situation that I have heard sounds a little sus to me. It's always, we was drinking. It was 2 a.m. I decided to go back to his hotel. I asked it, he told me he was gonna give me something. He gave me something, and it's like, I'm not victim shaming.
Well,
at all,
I feel
but
you.
Those
I get you.
situations sound crazy to me. So
You
I can't be like,
decided.
you a monster, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
R. Kelly, bro, like,
They
son,
weren't
you a
being-
monster.
He's a
bro.
monster.
He's a monster.
Weinstein
You're
is a monster.
He's a monster.
Yeah.
You're so,
Even
it's
Russell.
weird.
But
Russell, real
But see, that's the
talk.
thing.
Now, here's
What's
the thing
the
with Russell.
details to
The
his? I can't
details,
speak on it. Well, I don't know
I'm
what
quite
it
sure
is.
there's a lot
Like,
of women, but I read the article of what he did to that girl when she was however old. I'm gonna say she was of age.
and
I'm
this
gonna
is
say
from
she's
the doc-
20,
and this is
barely.
from the Oprah documentary. One of the
No,
three
no.
girls
This
from
is
that.
something me doing when this is the thing. Russell
Okay.
was getting away with it.
Okay.
There was no public, like, people knew about it.
But like what though?
Let me
It's
tell you.
young
Let me tell
girls
you.
or you-
No. This happened probably in the 80s.
Okay.
The actual article where this woman wrote an article is in the New York Times, right? And when you read it as a woman, you know she's not fucking lying, right? Because he raped her. It's not even like the same thing. He basically he kidnapped her. Right, so let's tell the whole story with that. This is one woman. It's not including all the women. And this is why I'm saying I'm surprised that the Me Too movement has not hit hip hop yet. Because I know for a fact these guys have done things,
Kelly
unquestionable things to women in
Kelly
hip hop.
got it
Yeah.
crazy. I think
No, Kelly, no, but that's not. I'm
Oh,
talking
you
about
mean- you
rappers.
mean-
Rappers,
rappers,
like, general,
these
yeah.
misogynistic, woman beating ass rappers.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. There's a lot of stories that have went because a lot of times, you know this.
Aren't
We
you like
always talk about-
protected by those NDAs? In
No,
some
if that's
form?
the case, I'm talking about. All right.
Not to say
No,
that
no.
it's-
Amen,
I'm
Dr.
saying
Dre.
that I
Yeah.
know that there are situations. You can't. I'm a rapper first, and I've been in media.
and I'm
saying
sure you've seen.
I think I told you about something that happened with the battle rapper. Like the whole time, and this is not him. He didn't touch me, but it was so disrespectful. I'm saying these types of things that people are getting bags for. Like if you're here for an interview and the whole time you're like, so are we gonna have sex later? The whole time he's saying that to me.
Yo,
women gonna have
nah,
sex.
dead ass.
I'm not even gonna tell you who. I'm not even saying this on mic, but
That is insane. That's so
Nah,
disrespectful.
that's a
whole-
quote. Nigga did not say, yo, when we gonna have sex.
Yo, no, that's
Yo.
disrespectful.
it's beyond disrespect.
I don't think I've ever said that in my
Like-
life. Like, yo, when
Yeah, I
are we
don't-
gonna have sex? Like that.
In my head,
that's
I've-
the most blatant. Yeah, that's the most
and
blatant shit
y'all
I've
know
ever
how
heard.
I am, but this is where I'm saying
I punched him
I
dead in
always-
his eye.
no.
Oh,
I'm saying that
I wish you did.
this is what I'm saying. When I'm speaking from every point of view.
Mm-hmm.
So I know what women feel like when, you're in those circumstances. That's why I don't judge.
And
I
that's
didn't
something
judge
as
not
men
one
we
woman.
can't do.
Huh?
We can't do that. Like what?
A lot of people can't,
Like,
and that's why I feel like that's
yeah.
my superpower. My
Yeah.
superpower is being able to step into your shoes,
Yeah.
even though I don't agree. Let me see what you're feeling, because let me see what that. And I know what it feels like. So the whole time he did that. After a while, all right, I'm gonna say this: we have a history, not sexual at all, but he has flirted all the time, and he was also intoxicated. So when he was doing that initially, I ate it. I was just like I'm downplaying, like shut up or whatever. You know what I mean? And so even down to this, is what I'm trying to say. Like this is what women deal with, right? When he came, now I'm known. Like I had the first battle rap radio show, so why would you think that anyone else did these questions? Because he's reading the questions it's on a teleprompter, right? So he's like, "You wrote those questions, nigga? Who the fuck else wrote them?" I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. And then he was judging until the actual interview, and I could tell he was impressed by the interview. But that's what I'm saying. That's also the sexism and misogyny that we deal with. Why are you thinking that it would be
somebody else
otherwise,
right?
Right.
Someone else
Or that
the
it would not be
questions.
good because it's
right.
a woman.
Yep.
But you know why? It's because a lot of women in these positions on higher levels, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Right.
We have that stereotype as well. A lot of times we're in these analyst positions because of how we look.
Yeah, they'll put the pretty one in there.
Right.
Not the
And she don't know
knowledgeable one.
shit. Or she
ESPN
might
does
know
that
a
shit all the
lot
time.
and she downplays
Plays
herself.
So,
That's what I'm trying to say. Where we gotta take onus. She
ESPN
would
does that.
downplay herself just because she doesn't want to come off to this or to that.
or too smart or too intelligent
Same
or
shit
better
with
than
Angela
anyone
Yee.
Yeah.
Angela Yee, I always say it. She knows her. She started from a
knows.
point at 17 years old in this business. Charlamagne don't know more than Angela Yee, but he comes across as it, and
He comes across like that to y'all?
No, I'm saying that his popularity and his brand is bigger.
Yeah, but that's because it's like
his,
slapstick. I mean, he's the male Wendy Williams. Like people
But
gonna
I'm
look
saying
at
she
I mean,
a
like you
car
think about
accident.
it, he was coached by her.
That's what I'm
Wendy Williams.
saying.
So it's
He's
like,
literally the
Yeah,
male
he's
Wendy
cut from
Williams.
her
Like,
cloth.
Right,
people are
I'm
gonna
saying
look
that
at a
to
car
say
accident. She's an
that
actual
now-
like journalist, like credible. People ain't gonna look for that.
But she reduced herself to gossip.
right, and only talk about their personal life. Only talk about she never talks about
That
like,
was her
the
engine.
deeper shit.
I think though, I don't know.
Or the analysis
Whenever
part.
I watch their interviews, I think that is her angle. It's like Charlamagne is there to get the rise out of you.
Oh, yeah, of course.
He's just kind of like the host.
Yep.
And Angela
The
Yee is there to
middleman.
really ask
Even
like,
by
the
their
real
positioning.
But I'm
journalistic
saying
questions.
that-
Okay,
so
you
what-
do this. What's going
But
on?
what
Like,
happened was when they had this little rift recently, this is
Yeah.
where it came out. Because
Mhm.
now you start looking at it, and the people are like, well, you made yourself this gossiping person. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, she could have been
You were
voicing her
flirting with
opinion
him.
more. It's
Mhm.
also that we do it too. I'm saying that women play a part as well. We
feel you.
reduce ourselves. We take shit that we don't have to take. And I'm saying that I've done it before myself in that situation. That situation on a higher level is a case. Like, what do you mean? Can I have
Sexual
sex with
harassment.
you? That is
Absolutely.
that's
It's a
sexual
hostile work
harassment.
environment. It's a hostile
never
work
said
environment.
That shit to
He said it the
anybody,
entire
like,
time
yo,
That's
when
crazy.
are we
off
gonna have
camera.
sex
So
like
every
that?
time the camera went off, he like
So
because I could tell, and this is where I'm being honest and being real with y'all. All right. So if he wasn't such a dick the whole time, right? In the interview,
Mhm.
he actually seemed more intelligent to me than I assumed of him,
Mm-hmm.
which made him more attractive. But I would
Sometimes
never
you
give
think
you
he
that because
dumb.
you're such a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
You see what I'm trying to say? I'm
Right.
just telling you every aspect where
Right.
it's kind of sick that in the interview, the same attraction that he was having for me physically, he started having for me mentally. And I had for him because I'm more attracted mentally anyway. So I'm like, but too bad you're a fucking dick.
Yeah, if you,
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even go. You ask me to go out with you afterwards. I can't even go out with you afterwards now. 'Cause I feel like it's gonna be like some. I don't
Mad
want
awkward,
to.
yeah.
Right,
Yep.
mad. Like not even awkward, but you're just an asshole. I'm turned off. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm just saying that these are the things that we're in. So I'm bringing it back to Russell. Russell's situation was totally different though. He was a family friend. This girl's father was some big wig in the industry. I don't know if she's white or if she's mixed or whatever she is, right? And so I'm gonna say she's like 18 when this happened. Russell was probably like he's older.
140.
I'm gonna say he's at least 30 at that time. I don't know, you know. And so she said he offered her a ride home, and she didn't think anything of it because I guess her driver wasn't whatever. And this is a friend of her father, so she's not thinking anything. She goes with him, right? And in the car, basically he kidnapped her, and so she's saying that, you know, she knows that the driver was not going to her house. So she's like thinking like, what is like, what? And this is and as you're reading it, and I know we've all been like, you're.
Oh, so it's not him driving. He sends a driver.
No, he has a driver. He's in the car
driver.
with her though.
Oh,
so she's thinking
because she's
like,
thinking that okay, he was gonna take her home,
drop her off.
drop her off and stuff, and then now it's
it's like he
detoured to another.
So she's thinking, and I'm thinking that, like with her too. So I don't judge people, and definitely not when women. A lot of times, the women who do lie about things like this, they're like a different breed. Because most times, this is why they always say most times you believe women. Like I'm saying with these situations, it's not when you read it as a woman, you're gonna be like, okay, because she's saying it like she's like, so I'm thinking, the driver is kind of big. Like, if I kind of break out, like what can I do? Because now she's starting to feel like
uncomfortable.
Yeah. So she suggests something like, she says whatever, but they ignore her. So she's like, they get to his house or whatever. And she's like, all right, what, like, can I make a dip or what? Like, she doesn't know what the fuck. And I'm reading it like I could be this woman, especially at 18 years old. Right. So you're like, or she's barely 20. I'm just gonna say that. So she's like, she said basically, the driver got out or whatever. She ended up, on the elevator. He kind of just like put his tongue in her mouth, and then, she. At that moment, she just decided to just deal with it. But essentially, that is rape.
That is rape.
You kidnapped her, right? Mm-hmm. And you basically took her to your house when she didn't actually go to your house. Right. And you just, and I'm saying that you can't tell me as much women that throw themselves at rappers and shit, you can't tell me rappers have not done something similar. Just take whoever, and because I know I also have a homegirl from back then who, she might have maybe wanted to have sex with the guy at some point, but not necessarily that time. But it's like, all right, I'm going with him to his house. I just got to have sex with him. It's that kind of rape culture. Yeah. And it's always a thin line because men don't realize it's such a thin line with rape. It's just such a thin line. It takes, it's like, I think every woman has been there to a point where it's like not rape per se, but even with the guy that you trust that you're having sex with, if the woman says she doesn't want to at any given point, or that she says to stop and you keep going,
that is rape. Yeah.
And I'm saying
that and it doesn't matter where you are too.
It does not.
I don't care if you invite me to your house. Like, no, it's no. We're just chilling. We're hanging out. That's it. That's crazy. And
sometimes it's just like just because he wants to get his nut off.
Yep.
That's how the difference too with guys. Like if you're already having, I'm just saying that it's such a thin line. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that if you're already having sex, of course, like it was consensual, but even in that moment when the woman says she doesn't want to do it, and you decide you gotta get blue balls, nigga. Like I'm like take that. You gotta just get blue balls. You just can't just keep going. That's what I'm trying to say. Like it's such a thin line. Yeah. So all I'm saying is that to me, the day after that article came out, he stepped down, and we didn't hear. He's been like underground kinda. He's been on his IG page, but he stepped down from his companies. He's not a leading share in anything. Def Jam, nothing. He stepped down. So I think it's kind of, this is where I'm kind of like, might be seeming whack to the feminists. This is where I'm not that. I'm just saying that for Oprah now to come a year later or 2 years later and say that she's doing a documentary, it's like, really? Where the fuck is the documentary on Harvey Weinstein? I don't need a fucking documentary right now on Russell Simmons.
And I don't want to hear no documentary after you just try to come out with some false shit about
Michael Jackson. That's what I'm trying to say. So
that was embarrassing.
Not really. I don't really want to hear from you.
Let those women start coming forward at Russell. We don't need Oprah to do it. This is where it might sound contradictory. It's like you have pictures floating around hugging up on and showing love to Harvey Weinstein. Where is that documentary? That's what I'm saying. He's really a monster. I read different things on him too, from all types of women, and it's multiple rapes, multiple druggings, like the Cosby shit, tenfold. You know what I mean? For it only to be like 2 women now in his case. That's why I don't think he's gonna. I think he's getting off.
Yeah, he's too powerful, man. He's too powerful.
That's where I have the problem with Oprah. Like, and then with 50 coming at Oprah, it's like I want somebody else, not 50. I don't
hear you.
respect because 50's not like he doesn't even he's not even a conscious dude like that. He doesn't give a fuck about being a black guy with power.
I think, hey,
Or
wrong is
he's
wrong
not
is
even
wrong.
It is.
into
I mean-
politics or anything.
Shift gears from this because you know. Speaking of 50,
I didn't mean to like go off. But
no, you went. It was good.
rant,
Rain rant.
but
Definitely
you know,
gonna put that up. Speaking of 50 Empower, that's coming back next year. You have any conclusions? Endings? I think this is it. They're not. This is it.
yeah.
This is it. So, what do you think is gonna happen?
I'm just curious to see who did it
Get rich town.
and what can they do. Like he's gonna be like recovering, and what's gonna like I don't know how they're gonna be.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like this is when Tariq rises to power and kills Tommy.
That shit might be dope.
I don't even watch that.
You don't watch
My
it?
parents are watching it.
Oh,
My parents are watching it.
Damn.
Come on, y'all. Come on.
why you don't
managed.
watch it? We thought he was like the lone soldier. You don't watch it.
Come
either.
on.
Thank you.
If my
Explain.
parents
I
can
don't
do
know.
it, come on, man.
Is that big of a deal? Nah.
Yo,
It's
check
just
it
not my
out,
cup
bro.
of tea. It's just not.
What?
No.
I'm
No.
not really
Check it out.
Not into
into,
that.
like hood shit. And y'all told me before it's not really hood shit.
It's
but,
not,
like,
man.
I don't know. Like
I mean, if you into that, that's on your hand. You know, it's all about that too. The money. You know what I'm saying? It's about that too.
Yeah, they saying that watching Power ain't getting me
I'm
no
telling,
money,
but it's
though.
going. I'm saying it's might enlighten you to start your own.
My new wave though
business.
is Queen of the South. I didn't know it was that.
I haven't
popular.
gotten into that, man.
I finally got. I'm late.
I'ma try.
But I just binge. I'm not. I don't watch TV anymore, so I just binge watch.
Yeah, I mean
So if I
that's.
find a dope show,
I mean, when I'm up with a little one, that's what I do. I find something to binge watch and we watch it. So that's the thing.
I'm loving Queen of the South though.
I'm gonna check it out. I want to check it out. You guys got to check out Godfather of Harlem though.
No, I did. I
If
watched
not
it.
Power, Godfather of Harlem definitely.
It's pretty good.
Like
It's
the
what-
last show.
That's pretty
I'll
good.
check
Yeah,
it
It's
out.
and
informative too because it
very.
gives history with Malcolm X and like.
Some of it you can tell is over embellished. It's a bit
Some
over
of it.
embellished. Like
But the last episode, you made me feel like it was gonna be so like
it was good.
phenomenal.
I'm sorry. I tend to do that sometimes. But it was good,
I'm
though.
like, okay, it was cool.
Did they talk
But
about
Q
Nikki
fucked it up
Barnes?
though.
Did
Nah,
they-
not yet. Probably
yet?
not yet.
Okay.
Probably. But Q fucked it up for you. But,
No, when I finally saw it though, I was just like, okay,
I was sad.
That-
Damn,
that the
Lenny.
guy-
Yeah, damn Lenny Graham. That was his name, right? Lenny Graham. But anyway, what's on the docket for you guys this week? Anything spectacular besides Christmas? Speaking of Christmas, those boots, man. Those boots we were talking about in the group chat. Those
I need to.
I can't
40
find
clothes,
those.
Nigga, I told you.
Is it gonna be
Yeah.
more than
What was
300?
If
The later it gets.
The see that's the thing. If the retail is gonna be 280. Like if you go get them retail, it's the more time that passes, the harder and harder it's gonna be to get them retail.
I know.
Like, you'll probably have to go to Kith or some
Some
shit like
you're
that.
gonna drop fucking.
You gonna drop like 4.
Yeah, you're gonna drop like 350.
But you still got your connects with them. They fading out.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like the more time passes, the harder and harder it is to get retail. So like,
No,
you
not
know.
resale. I just mean to get them. Period.
Oh, to get them, I could always get them. I
Oh,
always
really?
be able to get them. Yeah. I always be
Oh,
able to
okay.
get
So
'em.
I
It's
just
not
go to
nothing.
you.
But yeah, get them is not a problem. But you know, I wasn't.
I always wanted those. 'Cause I never seen girls wear them. That's why.
What?
That's why I really want them.
I like those,
So I was told.
but I really wanted I want the Oxford Timbs. Those joints.
What's that?
They're like, the Oxford printing.
Oh, the
They look like
Oxford
shoes.
the shoe
Oh, I
one.
back
got
in the
those.
day.
Yeah, I got those.
What
the
color?
brown ones, the brogue.
Yeah.
the
The brogue
limited.
ones.
Hell yeah, yeah.
Burgundies?
Nah, what? Yeah, I sold a couple of those. A couple pairs of those too. I sold way more pairs of those than I thought the 40 belows. I thought I
I'm
was
learning
gonna
more and more
be
about you,
moving.
dude. You got your own personal chef. You got,
What?
you got.
Rolling like
you
that?
got-
You
know,
bought a couple of pairs.
Of the bros?
This
Yeah,
guy.
hell yeah. I sold like fucking maybe I think 5-6 pairs of them shits.
This guy.
What you bought? What
This guy's
price?
ghost.
Yeah, I copped them for retail, but I sold them for more. Like, 'cause you know,
Oh,
I do
yeah, yeah.
I do eBay and all of that.
You
shit.
ghost,
I've been doing
man.
that shit for years, bro. I've been doing that shit. For years.
That's what I'm trying to do with
James
with
St. Patrick.
sneakers, yo.
Yeah. Nah, see, the retail market died in the past couple
Of
years.
course.
With the restocks and
Yeah.
all of that shit, because people knew.
But certain joints are still like quick strikes. They go on.
Oh no, absolutely. Like
Yeah.
if you get certain pairs of Yeezys and shit, but like before, you used to be able to get the 11s and sell them for a quick 400, make a double flip
Yeah.
back and get your money. But now that shit is dead. You get like
Yeah.
$20-$30. But yeah, 40 belows them shits drop. If you
Yeah.
got them, you should get them. I think that's the best pair of shoes ever.
Yeah, That's a fact.
Yeah, I don't think nothing's better than them shits, man.
Better than what? Those
Them
those
40
boots?
belows, man. Them shits
I don't know.
See,
I
that's
really
when
like
they
those
came out
Oxfords. That's why.
was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
The Oxfords are not even out. Those are done.
That was
Yeah,
that
they
was fucking probably 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I gotta go to like.
These came out 4 years ago too, right?
Yeah. Those I think it was maybe 4 years ago when they
Those
came
shits
out.
are so
But you
fresh.
can always get them. You can always.
Can
get 'em.
you?
If you want the what's names, I can get those shits for you too. Yeah. But you got.
Oh, I'm gonna hit you.
You ain't getting them. Yeah, you're not getting them retail. Those for retail. You can forget about it. The funny shit is, I seen a spot with the black ones.
Yeah, I like
was
the
with
black
my
ones.
brother maybe like a year and a half ago. No bullshit. Had them shits on sale for like $150. No bullshit. Like
Nah, the
in
black
the
ones I
store.
like. Yeah,
The black ones ain't as fly as the brown
They
ones.
definitely
but
not.
definitely
I
want the
like
black
both
ones.
of them. Yeah,
I will rock the black ones, but the brown ones is where it's at.
that's my mission. I want those. But yeah, unpopular opinions. Merry
Episode-
Christmas.
Yeah.
Merry
Episode
Christmas
58.
episode.
Merry
Hell
Christmas,
yeah.
everybody.
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
Kwanzaa. Happy
Happy
Hanukkah.
Hell yeah.
Feliz Navidad.
Celebrate Kwanzaa, baby.
Yeah, all them
We need
holidays.
to do the top albums. For
Oh
next
yeah,
year.
I mean
Next
we
week.
touched on it last week.
Okay.
I like Griselda. It's up there. You got to listen to it again.
Like you said, you ain't liked it.
No, I said I loved it. I said
What would Shine do?
I just didn't like the boom 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 that dude.
That's
Like,
the best part. Boom, boom, boom,
nah,
boom.
I'm good. Like come
That
on,
shit is just too
blow
slow,
your
man.
fucking face off. Like I'm good with that one. Homegirl should not be singing that. I don't. blow your fucking face off. Like I was kind of like, okay, she's gonna blow my fucking face off. But check it out, Griselda's dope. Game's album Born to Rap is dope too. I know.
Oh, I gotta check that. I didn't check it.
I don't know, I've been, what I'm saying, them train rides to work. I listen to all them albums.
So we gonna do a
2
top
hours.
10 or top
Definitely
20?
top 10.
For
Top
real.
10. I need you to listen to Griselda one more time
I will. I'll
because
try.
your critique hurt my heart. It hurt.
It's so slow. It's
I
not
know-
getting me hyped.
I don't know. It's very. Since I'm a
I've been on
'90s
the
hip
new
hop
wave.
dude,
The
I
new
love
wave
it.
is more upbeat. You know, like the
Benny the Butcher's my favorite rapper right now. He's my favorite, and I always like Conway, but Benny's my guy.
No, I love Benny and Conway.
But boom, 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 I'm good with him. Like if they
He
took him
kind
out,
of ruins the album.
yeah. And this I was listening to it on my way to the game, and I just had to take my headphones off. I'm like, I'm good. Boom, 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 boom. Brrrr. Like come on.
Popping
You
right
gotta go
And-
to a concert. That's how.
Yo.
Of course, I definitely concert vibe, feel it, but on an album, every other line, brrrr, went to the store, boom, 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 boom. Episode 58. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Chip.
Next
Yep.
week.
Bow.
Boom, 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 boom. Yes, you do. Thanks for coming through, T Bucket.
Yes, for sure.
Appreciate you for coming.
For sure.